Ellis.
Moose Knuckle, Red the Dragon, Night, Danger, Canada, Uncircumcised, Philanthropy, Stupid Stuff, Supercross, Pain, Nipple, Machete, Fashion, A Scintillating Bloodbath, Hellacious Fury, Evil, Cannabis, Interesting Thing, Awesome, Radio.
No, it's not my penis. It's my anus. It's not semen. It's diarrhea, man. I just shit in my pants a little bit.
It's the Jason Ellis Show with Jason Ellis. Michael Tully.
Smack me in the face with that Taylor hand.
Andrew Bruce.
I'm not good at language.
Kevin Kraft.
My butt has great timing.
And Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis.
House is blowing up.
Jason Ellis. This is the Jason Ellis Show.
Oh, don't hit back.
Chugging it. Sometimes I don't know what to do with my curly cord thing. It either gets attacks my mouse or it gets caught on my wheelchair seat thing because it's got a crickety floor. I think I need one of those microphones that the dude from Korn has. That the guy, what's the fucking
HR Geiger.
HR Geiger guy. I need an HR Geiger mic. This transistor. See, look, I even sound like that. What's that song? What was it?
Twisted Transistor.
Yeah, Twisted Transistor.
They really reinvented the wheel with that one.
I liked Korn. I like Korn.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go and betray them. Sure, maybe I don't rock out to Korn anymore, but I like Korn. Those guys are cool. I've done something with my microphone now where I've got. This is kind of good. It like doesn't go in front of the. Oh, it does a little bit.
Jason?
You know what I need is a rubber band.
Do you like buttered corn?
No, I don't know what that is. I don't believe it's a
just
thing.
checking. Sorry.
It's Will's Corn cover band.
If you want to make a T-shirt company or a backpack company called Buttered Corn, and you had to go to butteredcorn.com right now, you would be winning. But that's your biggest mistake. And I know that you and all your friends hang out thinking about great ideas. What's the next big thing? Buttered corn backpacks.
Damn it.
Listen to me. Do what I'm saying. Make sure the backpack is a photo of buttered corn.
Gotcha.
And it's buttered corn backpacks, and then you have a baby yellow T-shirt with the buttered corn logo. Subtle.
The backpack is photorealistic corn?
Yeah.
Looks textured.
Andrew, do we have internet? Sorry. I'm sorry, Andrew. I should not say that, right?
Well, I sent out an email this morning that might have been being like, we really need this. But your computer has internet. I do not out here.
No, but I only use my internet to see that we're on YouTube.
Oh, I brought a computer so we can have internet. Hold on.
Oh, cool.
I have a feeling this is going to be a sick burn.
Maybe I'll get one of those.
No, I just brought a computer so we can have internet. Oh, okay.
What's the thing that folds out and it sits on the table in front of you?
An accordion.
Yep. Why don't we get an accordion? Then we don't need the internet.
Have you played
Whenever
one
you
before?
want to play YouTube stuff, I'll just go, fucking assholes. God damn it. Fucking Jason Ellis shit show. Fucking today in the news,
Do you mean
traffic is out of control. Somebody died. Donald Trump.
Do you mean a tablet?
Nah. I like the thing. Maybe yeah, probably. It's just a fucking pad. It's a big phone, and then you can put it on a little thing in front of you.
An iPad?
iPad, yeah. Yeah, I need an iPad, and then I could just plug it in and I could do it myself, right?
Yeah, that's why I brought my computer. I forgot I brought it for that.
We don't need. Well, we do need their internet.
I
but
need
we
a
need their
swivel.
wireless.
I need a swivel. I need a table right here that has, it's like a diamond of iPads. And I fucking press it, and everybody in the room can see the video, and we all talk about it, and it's in the middle of the room. And it's like, play that, hey, fucker. Like, give it a name, and hey, play the fucking video from when this guy did that. That'd be cool.
Are you looking for
what
like
would
a
you-
minority
I want
report,
Princess
like,
Leia to give me the news. In virtual Princess
Hologram?
Leia to go, yeah. Whoosh. Yeah, Jason, listen to me. Today, somebody ate a dog and shat it out, and nobody knows who did it. Whatever.
Help us, Wilpentarvis. You're our only hope. So I didn't think I had to get like music on this, but although I guess we could probably get that if we need sound. But if you need to see something on the internet, you let me know and I'll type it up for you.
All right.
You want to see buttered corn?
Yes, I need to see a photo of a bowl of buttered corn, because I think that you don't want to have the bowl as the backpack. This is great stuff. This is big stuff. Will should be writing it down, and then he should have some lunches and some coffees with people that are powerful, and they should make this and then sell the merch and make money out of it.
Have you ever thought of trademarking buttered corn?
I want a buttered corn backpack.
You can't trademark it because it is a thing.
Will,
Yeah.
Can I weigh in on that?
Yeah.
Will,
Yeah.
don't have to Why does everybody have to just get something and then keep it to themselves, this stingy fuck?
Yeah, why
Just-
does everybody got to keep it like a Kaiser?
Yeah. I just want to hold a camera underneath my fucking crotch right now.
Are they kicking it like a Kaiser?
Oh
or
my
keeping
God,
it
that's
like
what I'm going to do for my House Mania promos.
Oh, the gooch cam.
I'm gonna do Gooch Cam. I'm gonna do Instagram underneath my butt with like a silver G-string. Nobody's coming.
I just Googled buttered and
Yeah.
then let the autocomplete take control. And I'm just seeing buttered noodles, buttered chicken,
I
buttered
see
up.
buttered corn through a camera that is reflecting off.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Will actually typed in
Will?
buttered corn and hit enter.
Who's
I just
camera?
typed in
Wait,
buttered.
Will, you've had internet this whole time?
Will, are you showing me everything that I need to see, Will?
I always have internet.
Will, why haven't you always shown me what I need to see if you could have done it?
Why haven't you always fucking mentioned that?
Fuck, Will!
Wait,
Oh, man, that looks good.
wait.
That
who's-
computer works perfect.
No,
I mean,
that's-
I wouldn't say perfect, but
No.
it does look like you are delivering all the
No.
things that I need to see
That's Andrew's.
in a floating screen.
It's me doing it. I took Will's computer.
Oh.
It's not perfect, but this building is in its infancy, and we're gonna get it right.
Ooh. Wow, no wonder you're getting promoted.
I bet you they'll have.
Nice. No, it's in its infancy. That was fucking
I was
awesome.
really nervous.
I don't know how to. I can't believe I have a job here. If you're infants, man, that is so smooth. Because I would have said that this is a piece of shit.
Yeah, when I typed in buttered corn, I only
But it's
got
just in its infancy.
7,280,000 results.
Well, Will, I
Guys.
did. I said I typed in buttered and then looked at the autocomplete.
Will,
I
Will.
Yeah, and corn is my
Will,
first one.
Will, bruh, my
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
Will.
Yeah.
Do you consider when you say buttered corn, is it a corn on the cob stick like Andrew showed me with a brush painting it with butter, or
It can
to
be.
you is buttered corn all the little corny corns?
Well, it can be either one.
If you saw buttered corn on the menu
Uh-huh.
and you ordered it, what
Yep.
would you expect to be brought out and put in front of you?
They didn't specify on the cob, so I would think it's the kernels.
I will say
So what about this? Yeah, because that looks tasty as hell, doesn't it?
Yeah, a
We're
big
looking,
cast
ladies
iron
and gentlemen,
pot.
look at it. Yes, cast iron pot. We're looking with a lot of the corny corn things with a big chalk, big block of butter right in the middle. Mmm.
Some pepper and salt.
That's what's up. Yeah.
So listen.
now I'm into buttered corn.
Trader Joe's sells like Mexican street corn in a bag.
Yeah.
It's like frozen.
Yeah.
That you just throw it in the microwave and you get like just as good as this.
No, you did
It's
not.
amazing.
No, you did
You
not.
got to get it from the street.
Yeah, you don't get that.
No,
yeah,
it's so
not if
good.
it's microwaved.
Yeah, we're talking real butter. Real butter's good for you. Did you know that? Saturated fats and shit, bruh.
So it's funny you
Get
bring
saturated.
up buttered corn because this has been a subject for a while on the show now, and this has been a subject of ridicule for Will for some time now, right?
Saturate yourself.
Yep.
Right, because you made that when we were in Canada, wasn't it? You made
Yes.
the Ellis Jeopardy thing.
Yeah.
BC.
Something with the initials BC.
Right, and everybody laughed because buttered corn is not a saying or a thing. It's just butter on corn, right?
Right.
So, coincidentally, this morning somebody sent me a picture they had taken of a southern restaurant menu they recently attended, and I think this show needs to eat some crow with a side of buttered corn.
Man, all you guys got internet except Andrew.
Wait, what is it?
Buttered corn.
It's offered as a side at the
Yeah, it's a
restaurant this
side.
guy went to.
Yes!
You
So
can
you-
get the house salad, the Caesar
Will
salad.
is the champion.
You can get green beans. You can get seasoned rice. That's famous,
Will
right?
I am the champion, my
You are a friend, yes, and Will.
Fresh
We'll
vegetables.
keep fighting
You go ahead and put
till
FV
the
on the
end.
next Ellis Jeopardy, because thanks to
You are the champion, Will.
M Foga on Instagram.
I
It's a
love
fact.
you, M. Foga.
You got to tell your friend that I saw the other day, your old friend, to make buttered corn backpacks and fanny packs. 'Cause
Okay.
I want a buttered corn fanny pack bad.
On it.
Because I got a new fanny pack. You guys see my fanny packs? It's cheetah print.
Oh yeah,
That's what's up.
nice.
Yeah, the thing is, now that I'm in fanny packs, I've noticed that some of these fanny packs are not made for homies with girth. Yeah, I got what is this? But what is this muscle? I'm not.
Is that a lat?
Yeah, I've got some lats that don't. I'm on the maximum amount of thing on it. And I would prefer if it was a little bit more relaxed on me. There's no way it would fit Andrew. So they need to make more. Now that I'm in this fanny whack business, there needs to be bigger fanny whacks. So that because fucking hell are they convenient? It's just right there. Everything's just right here.
You wear it across your chest.
Yeah, because like gets in my way of my hips and shit. But I don't even need a backpack anymore. I'm pretty bummed. I mean, I bring the backpack to work because I got a computer and I do that stuff. But usually, I just take that, and then I got a smaller one for when you do things that you need even less stuff.
Do they have tactical fanny packs?
I like with bullets in it. Yes.
No, but it would just instead of it's a big strip with
Where you can make a tent.
with one pouch. If the entire strip was nothing but multiple pouches, just
Maybe.
running the entire length of it.
I just want to show people on YouTube this. Andrew's got a computer screen that he flips around through this giant, big, double-plated glass thing to show me that he has internet. And yes, there are some bags there. This show is a joke. It's not that necessary. But they're great. I think that they're because I went shopping once with my wife in the mall, and she was like, "Look at these ones," and then I started putting them on and looking in the mirror, and I started to feel like an idiot because I thought, "Why do you have to see what it looks like when it's on?" You know what I mean? Like you're getting it because it's convenient. So. And the ones with flare all of a sudden didn't seem like I was going to be able to handle that. Like the really, really nice ones just all of a sudden felt really girly to me. And then I thought, well, why does it feel girly to you? And I'm like, well, because it's a purse, dude. I'm like, well, but if it's convenient and you're already, and then I thought, well, you're in the pocket of being a little bit fruity, so maybe that's why it's okay for you to think that you would walk around with a purse. But still, that time that I spent in the mirror putting this thing on, I thought, you know what? I could probably wear high heels too, but it's just not me. So I put the thing back on the rack, and then now I can do the Amazon thing where you just order them on the internet.
Isn't that great?
Because all I need to know is how many pockets it has and stuff. Because it doesn't need to, accentuate my fucking bosom or something.
Yep.
And then I also, because I got a 14-year-old daughter, I did the thing because it's super convenient. Sometimes I'll flip it over to the side and have it rest on my shoulder, like a backpack thing. And I caught my daughter looking at me, and I was like, "What? That's not good?" And she was like, "Nope, you don't do that." I'm like, "All right, so you don't do that." So I guess if no one's looking, then I can do it. But if I'm hanging out in public, I got to put it back in front of me, or my daughter thinks I'm a kook. But apart from that, it's just I didn't know. I've always had pockets. It's the same as the long shorts thing, Michael, because you're not from exaggerated anything ever. You've always sort of kept it. Oh no, that's not true. Silver pants.
Yes.
But I was like, oh, skateboard baggy pants, so I got fucking the baggiest pants, and then I got used to it. And then when I got smaller pants, I'm like, man, it is way easier to move around when your shit is not all dangling off you. And then shorts got a bit shorter. And then same with the things in my pockets. I didn't really. I mean, it's every day you walk around. Some people have wallets and they sit on it in their car every day, so that means their ass is crooked.
That's me.
You ever notice when you drive in your car, when you that you have like one leg kind of rests one way and the other one sits the other way? You never just sit dead straight because, especially if you're an auto driver, you don't have a clutch. Then you just rest one leg because so you have your right leg opened a little bit, like so your hip is flexed out and the other one's in. No one ever sits straight. And if it's every day of your life when you sit in the car, instead of having your hips both straight, legs down, knees down, ankles straight to the floor, then it's off a little bit. You always sit off a little bit. That's why when old people get old, they get crooked because that's the spot they're in. It's like that's why I know I'm going to die because I got 3 wrinkles in the top of my head from sleeping on one side more than the other side.
That's a sure
for
sign.
so many years that I've been here. And then my skin can't take it no more. I'm just pumped that I'm here, though, right now. It's pretty cool. I got coffee. You guys like coffee? Isn't coffee cool? You can always have coffee every day. Everyone likes coffee. Wouldn't you like coffee? You can have coffee at any time. It's pretty hard to say, no, I don't want one, unless I'm trying to be responsible and I got to go to bed. And you know who else likes coffee? Jerry Seinfeld.
He does.
In cars. In comedy.
I fucking love that show, man. I fell in love with that show last night.
I got to check it out.
It's really good. I mean, he first of all knows cars, and then second of all, he gets to drive super cool cars. I only watched 2. One, he drove some really piece of shit, beat up old cop car with Seth Rogen. So that was like not very cool. That car was, I get it, but the other one, he drove some crazy Porsche with Eddie Murphy and did the craziest interview with Eddie Murphy about hanging out with Sammy Davis Jr. doing bumps and shit. It's freaking awesome, man.
So he did bumps with Sammy
Nah,
Davis?
he just said that's what he said that Sammy was just coked out all the time, and that's why he had that face. And he's you know how I do the Australian thing where you talk outside, fucking meal.
Mm-hmm.
He reckons Sammy had the lower. Remember we've done I think you and I have talked about Lars back in the heyday. Lars had a big coke jaw where he would go yeah in him and he'd have the
Oh, like he was saying yeah, but he was also getting in a quick flex.
yeah. Like it seemed to me that he's super pumped, but he was also locked up from doing super good bumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was telling Jerry that he thinks that Sammy's whole life was
Maybe.
gacking it.
There's definitely guys.
And he said it in the nicest way possible. Like it wasn't a beatdown. It was just like
No.
in those days. Yeah, that's what. That's how he ran his game.
Yeah, there were a lot of people like that in those days, and I think that there are even still a handful of people hanging around who went hard enough, long enough, consistently enough that they are just living La Vida bumps for the rest of their days, and they're not people who you would necessarily. They don't fit all the stereotypes of the coke head. They just have to. They can't stop. I know I heard of one guy, big, huge Hollywood behind-the-scenes guy, who I know people have been around with a bunch, and they're like, that guy just lives on bumps. He will until the day he dies. And,
Yeah.
And that's I could see Sammy being one of those guys. He's
Man.
the right timing for that.
I'm looking at a picture of him on his Wikipedia page. He is the spitting image of Tim Meadows. Like
Sammy?
he looks like the ladies' man,
Yeah.
the SNL skit.
Yeah. He was a champion.
Wow. Is
Yeah.
it too late for Tim to play him in a movie?
I think the time is
I mean,
Perfect.
he was a comedian.
Yeah.
Sammy was a comedian.
Well, he was everything.
yeah.
He really was, right?
Can Tim dance like that?
Who's
I
the
doubt it.
greatest entertainer ever of all time? Is it him or is it Janis Joplin?
Okay, do you need to be like a quadruple threat, or can you just
No,
be
you
so
didn't
good
have
at one
any
thing?
other people helping you.
No. But like, do you have to be multifaceted, or could you just have been so good at one thing?
You could be so good at one thing.
So like, I think Prince is in. I would
Yeah,
throw
yeah.
his name out there.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm just really
you
starting
can't
to.
do Elvis at all, right? Just because he was the king, he doesn't put him on the list?
He didn't write his songs.
Right, fair enough. There you go.
Same for Sinatra. I'm really starting to piece
What about
together.
Sammy Davis Jr.?
Okay, sure.
I loved him as a kid. I didn't know what he
Did he
did. I just
write
knew
his
he was
shit?
famous.
No, he didn't write like Mr. Bojangles, but
What
nobody wrote
about-
shit back. That was before the era of the singer-songwriter.
What about that guy, the Singing in the Rain guy?
Gene Kelly?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
What about Gene Simmons?
Unlikely.
Yeah,
Great
good
dancer,
point.
though.
What about You can't say Michael Jackson.
What about Mean Gene Okerlund?
Who's that?
The guy who used to do the interviews at the WWF.
He was great. But what else did he do besides that?
What else did he have to do?
A few things in my mind, but
What about Wayne Brady?
Wayne Brady who's Wayne Brady? Is that football guy?
No, he's the improv comedian. Whose line is it anyway?
Oh man, he does.
He never stops.
What does
Yeah,
he
but he's
do?
not very funny, so he
Don't
doesn't
say that.
even
Don't
excel
say
at the
that.
thing that
He's
his.
not as funny as like the funniest people in the world, but he's still funny.
I think he's one of the top
yeah.
5 most talented people who
He
ever
does,
lived.
he does that game show where they have to dress up in like certain costumes.
That sounds like a good.
Yeah,
gig.
let's make a deal.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I don't understand how.
He's the
He's
host of
on the-
Let's Wear a Costume.
Where did we go?
Okay, let's see. Let's just go through the categories. Who, for example, like makes their own movies and then is also in them and is entertaining. Like that applies.
David Blaine.
What
he,
the
makes his
fuck?
specials and does magic.
He sucks balls. He can't do
Chris
anything.
Angel.
What the
Magicians are
hell?
pretty entertaining.
Man, okay. You can't just say names. That's not cool. Well, I mean, I guess we did say Wayne Brady, so the sky's the limit. Good point. See what happened, Michael? You brought up Wayne Brady, and now Dickhead can say Chris Angel as one of the most entertaining phenomenons of our time.
How about Bruce Willis? Great actor.
He did sing. That's right.
Also a musician.
Was he a good athlete? Did he? How was he with the long ball?
I'm sure he could
Did
say.
he go long, Andrew? Do you remember him?
I think actually he threw out a first pitch this year.
Hell
to,
of
like,
a- hell of a shot,
Phillies,
or,
That's
and
right.
it wasn't good. I think it went viral for being bad.
Give me a
I
second.
can pull it. We'll race, Tully.
Let's do it.
What about Arnold? No, he can't sing. Carl Lewis. He could sing.
He can sing.
He forgot the words though, right?
No, he just couldn't sing.
Oh. Which is worse?
Huh.
What about wait, is this Willis right here? Man, poor Willis. You know,
Well, sure, you put it up on the computer where it's not going to work.
This is what I like. Look, he threw. That was a great pitch. What the fuck you talking about? Oh.
It's muscle memory, man. Yeah. He was very engaging to everybody that
Man,
He
he's
put
He's
zero
angry.
effort in.
No, he was pissed about something. That's what that was. What did somebody say to him right before he went out there? God, he is a surly son of a bitch.
He
that
really
was
is.
That was a guy who was like, "Oh yeah, we'll watch this fucking pitch. I will take whatever. You gave me a fucking tab when I asked for a squirt, and now I'm going to take it out on these 40,000 innocent victims."
At least it went in the right direction.
You could see from his face he was like, "Fuck this."
He does look pretty pissed. Like before he even threw it, it bounced off the ground, and his expression changed 0.
Why do celebrities agree to do this?
Yeah, that's
when
what I was gonna
when
say.
they know they can't do it.
That's what I noticed on that Jerry Seinfeld thing, Michael. He said that he never took any awards because he doesn't think that he deserves any awards because he has the life. So why? And it's something that he loves to do. It doesn't make any sense that he would get an award for it.
He's also kind of a salty guy.
Very
is?
much so.
Seinfeld.
Is he?
I've seen him get. It's very easy to set him off in interviews.
Oh, he seems super happy on the.
If you
think
ask him a
so.
question that's like off by like the tiniest bit, like you get a tiny little piece of it a little incorrect.
Are
he
you sure
gets-
about that, or are you just talking about the one time when?
No,
What was it? What's his name? Didn't
Larry
know he had-
King.
Larry King didn't know that he had a show that he thought his show got canceled.
That's right.
I've seen him do that to a lot of people. Because
Really?
when I put together
Okay.
that celebrity swearing bit, I
Yeah.
wanted Seinfeld, and I couldn't find anything. But I did find all these different clips of him just getting pissed off at interviewers, pissed off at paparazzi. Sometimes completely warranted, and I don't think he's like a dick or anything. I'm a huge fan of his.
Yeah.
But he's very easy to set off. it
Yeah, I
seems.
agree. That's been my experience just observing him over the years. He doesn't suffer fools. He won't.
Oh,
if,
no.
Like if somebody says something, he won't just glad hand them to be pleasant. He'll let you know.
Yeah, remember when Kesha tried to hug him when he was doing
Yeah,
an interview?
yeah,
He's
yeah,
like, nah, I don't want to hug you. Nah.
That's very, very him. And I think on his show, he
I back that so
Yeah,
hard.
for
too.
sure. I
Me
like it.
too.
I respect it. He doesn't play the celebrity grab ass game. And I think on his show he sets the terms of it, and he's talking to people
Yeah,
that
good
he's
point.
choosing to talk to. I even remember hearing that when he became I think he's very precise. And when he became a comic, one of the big things that he thought was one of the benefits of the job was that he didn't have to work from 9 to 5. So he like absolutely refused to do things that could be construed as work between 9 and 5 because he chose to work nights. And like literally when they were trying to get Seinfeld on the air and everybody else in the world would have been sucking dicks, he was saying, I'll only take meetings at 4:30. That's my compromise.
Oh, wow.
And I remember reading a thing with him about raising his kids and how he feels like the whole thing is that they're just trying to get a rise out of you. So his thing is that no matter what his kids do, he will discipline them. That's a timeout or that's whatever, but he will never let them get him angry.
Yeah.
I mean,
Smart.
these kids are, I have a feeling,
He sounds like my therapist.
I have a feeling they're going to have therapists.
I think that he would probably recommend it. What?
In theory, I know exactly what he means, and he's absolutely right, but I have a feeling he takes it to this absurd degree where it's just like, hey, you know what you're going to do? Now you're grounded for 3 months, and you know the rules. I don't make the rules, buddy. And they're like, but Dad! He's like, hey, I'm going to go get some popcorn.
I mean, my therapist, that's like my therapist does that to me. That's what he told me. He tried to teach me to do that to my kids. He was like, you don't get angry. It's like it's your mistake. You have to face the consequences.
That's right.
I didn't make this for you. You made it. That's the end of it. So it seems like that, and that really does work. I found there was a actual turnaround in my day-to-day with the kids. But yeah, I mean, for sure there's way better people out there than me. But for me to do that all the time, like when they do things that are out of control bad, like disappear and you find him in a park right when it's getting dark with a couple of guys, this is the consequence. You go, what the fuck? I don't care if it's right. You freak out.
So are people calling us now to suggest the most talented person alive? These are some suggestions.
You guys are going to be joking me, but I'll do it. Willie, who you got?
Okay, 2. Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And minus Waterworld, Kevin Costner.
What do you mean minus Waterworld? He fucking was a fish man. He went down to the bottom and saved that little girl and shit. He was fucking awesome in that.
Are you fucking high?
Well,
can you do that?
Yeah.
Can you do that? Can you do that, Willie?
Yeah. What about when he like? Doesn't he beat? He beats a woman in that, doesn't he?
Does he?
I think he slaps.
I think there's a different code in the Fishman world.
I think if you're part fish, thanks for the call. I think if you're part fish man, you're allowed to hit women because I think
well, they don't have hands. Slapping is all they know.
A dolphin could hit a woman and it wouldn't be like an assault charge. No. If he attacked her, be a different story. But if he just hit her to sort of get her to clear her head a little bit, what the fuck? Honestly,
if she's hysterical.
Waterworld, I don't know if we have internet, but I see, yes, Michael, she's hysterical. And the dolphin just slaps her in the face a couple of times with his tail. Is that really an assault charge? The dolphin doesn't know that it's not correct to do that. He's just trying to help. But I don't swear. I think that he slaps the lady in the movie.
It's worse than
Maybe
that.
she had.
It's worse.
Is it?
I think he throws the girl around as well, right? The little girl.
Oh, he just slapped a little girl.
Wait, he did?
Maybe she had a deadly mosquito on her cheek. We
Okay,
don't know.
But wait, what are the circumstances here?
Yeah.
So these guys are flying overhead, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on down there?" But I've never even seen this movie, and I can tell.
Me neither.
that-
That's so Mad Maxy.
You guys are blowing it, man.
I will. I'll watch it. That Kevin Costner is like basically saying, "You think these guys are being friendly, but they intend to destroy our world, our water world." But the little girl is stupid, so she's like, "Oh, hey guys," and he's like, "I mean, come on, like, would you hit your child out of the way to keep them from running in the street?"
Yeah.
Of course you would. You'd have to.
It's a little bit, but that's not
It
the
would
one.
be abusive not to.
I think there's another scene where he beats her mother.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm gonna have
then
to.
he throws her, and I think he throws the little girl or something.
Well, I'll judge that on its merits.
Yeah, I think it gets worse. They get crazy, Michael, and he has to sort them out.
Man, I'm really having trouble coming up with.
And he's a fish man.
With a list of a multi-talented.
Do you know what it's like to be a fish man?
I don't.
Nobody understands what it's like to be part man and part fish. Is there anybody else out there that is part man, part fish? No, so you don't know me. And this woman is really, really irritating the fish part of
Well,
it.
that's got to factor into his decision if she's very irritating.
She's a child.
Oh no, is he just gonna wind up? And
In all fairness, it was an open fin slap.
he's got a lot of time to think about this. Don't do it, Costner. Don't do it.
I think he uppercuts her.
It's way too late now.
Why I oughta?
Like we're way past. I just lost my cool for a second, baby.
Yeah.
Noah, go below.
Wait,
He's gonna hit me.
gonna bone her?
Well, it might end before we get the actual hit.
Wait, what? Wait,
Thinking,
No.
thinking.
I was just gonna try and bone him, and he's like, I don't bone, I'm a fish man, I only have gills. But I tell you
Fishmen
what,
don't have dicks.
I do enjoy punching a woman from time to time, so how about that?
Look, if you want to like leave some eggs under the sea,
Right.
perhaps I could go
could
fertilize
fertilize,
them.
that's
You want to watch? It's a pretty hot process.
Yeah, super hot.
I mean, I'm gonna jizz down there later anyway. So.
Might as well lay some eggs down. So
I know.
do they have the? Is it from Beyond Thunderdome? Which Mad Max movie has the guy in the little helicopter who drops?
Oh,
things?
that's Mad Max. That's the goose.
So
I mean,
they
it's not the
have
goose,
their
sorry,
own
it's not
version
the
of
goose.
that in Waterworld.
Well,
Because
it's
that
not-
other clip looked like they had that same dude in that
it's
same rig.
It's a crazy ripoff of Mad Max. It's Mad Max on water with Kevin Costner instead of Mel Gibson, and then you know there's it's like it's a bunch of bad guys. It's actually who's he passed away, but the bad guy's like
Hopper.
yeah, Dennis Hopper.
Yeah. It's
And
awesome.
Yes, it is. I mean, it's pretty bad, but it's awesome. And there is no land at all. But this dude,
Like soil is a precious commodity in this movie.
to grow
Like
something.
gas.
Yeah. Yes. There you go, Will.
God, you have to be so powerful to get this movie made. I know nothing about making movies, and I know that filming in or around water is like really tricky and really expensive, and absolutely nobody wants to do it. And he made Water World.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine the
Flexing.
budget for making every because at one point they do submarines, jet ski guy. There's some funny shit in here where there's people that are on jet skis underwater. It's actually impossible, I believe, to have a jet ski submerged for long periods of time. But they set a trap where there's like 10 dudes that are underwater on jet skis, and when they get into the trap, all of a sudden the jet skis turn on and fly up from underneath the water, which means they were underwater the whole time.
Just chilling.
Just chilling. But it's still fun.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, because this was made in
Andrew can't seem to find it, but I can't. Anybody is anybody
I
listening?
think you're right. Like I've
I
seen
am
this
right,
movie
right?
Countless
I
times.
feel like he beats her.
You've seen this countless times.
Yeah, like upward of a dozen.
It makes sense. If you're not allowed to see any scary movies because you're scared of scary movies, then
This was
Waterworld
towing
is
the line.
Yeah.
Hopper is like a scary character in this movie. He doesn't have teeth.
Man. He doesn't have teeth. That's right. He's very convincing that he's crazy, Michael.
I believe that. He always has been.
Yeah.
But the thing that everyone doesn't know is, what's his name has gills. He's a fish man. You can't beat a fucking fish man.
Not in Waterworld.
He's fucking Aquaman. A real Aquaman, not a fake Aquaman like in the movies.
Well,
Yeah,
in
I
the
can't
fake,
believe
in
you
the-
guys haven't seen it.
in the fake movie, Aquaman is a real Aquaman.
Do we have our next movie review? Does it have to be Waterworld?
Nobody saw World of War. It sounds like you guys.
It's just you and me, Jason.
It seems like a lot of people didn't go for it like you and I did.
Well, it was a famous bomb. I think I suffered through The Postman for some reason. I don't know why I did that and not this.
This is way better than The Postman.
Oh, I know. I didn't.
Wait, was it called The Postman?
Yeah.
Fuck, that movie was so. That was the. Postman was way worse.
Yeah, that just sort of happened. It wasn't like I was in the video
that was
store.
Dances with Wolves, but there was no wolves. He didn't dance.
no dancing.
It was just I'm a postman, but it's let's get sad or sentimental.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
I didn't choose. I didn't weigh the two against each other at the video store. The Postman just sort of happened to me one time, but I don't. Boy, it would be strange of me to have not watched Waterworld. But if none of this rings a bell at all.
You see, he's
I mean,
got
it came out
gills
when I was
behind his
13.
ears.
Yeah, I get that.
I was kind of just hanging around smoking weed. I wasn't really going to the movies all that much. And then by the time it was out, it was a notorious bomb. So it was like, all right, well, I'm not going to waste my fucking time watching Waterworld if it sucked ass.
Well, right, this came along during the heyday of Entertainment Weekly when people knew more about behind-the-scenes stuff than they ever did. This movie was like a notorious bomb before it ever came out because it took so long to make and because it sounded so stupid. And this was like truly DOA because it used to be that they could get ahead of it and make a poster and make it look cool, and then people would have to go to the theater on Friday night and find out for themselves that it sucked.
Yeah.
This was when people got the advanced word, like we do nowadays, that a year out there's problems with the production. And
I don't remember them capturing him.
I think this is at the start, because then they eventually make their way to a beach. Like, it's just a great movie.
Oh, man.
I'm not supposed to say that bit. But it is a great movie. But for some weird reason, maybe they just got rid of all the little snippets on YouTube where he beats that lady. Because it's on his boat. They get hysterical and he has to control them. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I sincerely apologize to everybody in Waterworld. But I believe there was some slapping going on.
So it looks like the budget of the actual film was $172 million.
That's quite a bit back then.
Yeah, 1995. That's insane. And
so
then
badass. Look at the machine guns they got.
Once you add in the marketing and distribution costs, it was a total of $235 million.
That's still a lot.
Yeah. And then it made $88 million from the North American box office, but it got saved overseas, making $176 million. So they actually did make their money back and a little bit extra.
Boom. See? It's great.
Kevin Costner, profitable.
It still delivers to this day.
Well, sure. I'm sure there's been a steady trickle ever since.
Might not be a bad idea to do a movie review of this. I mean, holy shit.
I'm down.
The jet ski wars are just phenomenal. I mean, where do they get all these jet skis?
I mean, they still have the Waterworld thing at Universal.
They do?
Yeah.
What?
Why? Why did they make it?
I don't know, because I went there.
It's such a good ride, maybe.
I usually only go to Universal for Halloween Horror Nights, and waiting in line for the Friday the 13th maze was in that Waterworld arena.
Wow.
Huh.
I did.
That's where they had us lined
I've
up
been
this
there
year.
once or twice, and I know I've seen like a 45-year-old man play Eddie Furlong in the Terminator thing at least once, if not twice.
That's gone.
That's a time-honored tradition. That's too bad.
That was really cool because they shot all this shit when they were shooting Terminator 2, so they have all this stuff that was never released, but it's like Terminator 2 footage that they only showed at that ride.
Hey, do you guys know if bats can swim?
I don't believe so.
They just cannot swim, right?
I don't know that for a fact. My bet would be no.
I was wondering if bats can swim or they can dive, and I know that there's like some birds that can dive, and they go, they fly real high, and then they go, and they go underwater, and they get a shishi. But who is the greatest? Whoa! Swimming bat! So bats can swim. If that bat swims, wait, is he going to get a fucking fish?
That's a dying bat in a pool.
It is not a dying bat.
He looks like he knows what he's doing. Will.
He looks like he's fully swimming. If he gets out on the other side and then shakes off and flies, then he is the most unstoppable creature of all time.
Bats look fucking cool.
They're
when
the
swim.
greatest things ever, man. They're so cool.
That's awesome.
A lot of drag on those wings.
Now I hate that Will ruined it by saying that this guy is potentially about to die when watching a video of a bat drowning.
Man, it's like watching somebody swim in Jenkos.
It doesn't look like it. He doesn't want to. It wouldn't want to sail the seven seas that way. That's for sure. But I mean, is he just traveling to one side, or is he hot?
I don't know.
Just taking a dip.
I hope somebody helps him.
I just was wondering was there anything prehistoric that could fly and then go into the sea and swim around with his shishis and then jump out and fly? Has anybody ever done that of all of us? All the species?
I don't know.
I mean, if a bat can swim, but I know that some of those bird guys can dive deep enough to get a fish. And I've seen video where they go down and maybe they might miss a fish and they'll stay down there for a second to find a fish. But that's not really swimming. And then you got fishies that sometimes jump out of the water, and then there's that one fish. Is there not a fish that can fly?
A flying fish, but I think that
But it doesn't fly.
They're more like gliding.
Right. They don't go over cities and stuff. Who is the most all-terrain creature of all time? Could pterodactyls swim?
I don't think so.
I mean, how do you know that? That was before our time.
They claim to know all kinds of things about dinosaurs.
Can chickens swim?
I don't
I
believe
know baby
so.
chickens can.
Can they?
Well, I had baby chickens when I was a kid. My mom had baby chickens, and I had a wading pool.
Can't they swim? Because, like, ducks swim.
Yeah.
No. Chickens get real mad when you wet them down.
That's like saying, what?
Trust.
But that's the only way to make that Southern classic, wet chicken.
WC, as we call it.
Wet chicken. Man, I want to change Alice Mania to wet chicken.
Just like Grandma used to make.
Wait, is that a swimming chicken? That's a swim. Look at, that's a swimming chicken in the ocean. Chickens swim.
Oh, yeah. The Mexican ones, they do
Chickens
that.
will swim the shit out of themselves. They're great swimmers.
Yeah, but they suck
Yeah,
at flying.
told you. No, they can't fly. That's the difference. But they swim no problem.
Can you imagine how much that would suck?
What?
Having wings and not being able to fly?
Well,
Like,
they
if you were
can
born
fly
with
enough.
wings-
That's not true. For us, chickens can fly. Like, I feel like because chickens don't have any will to be better, they don't have the will to want to win like we do. But if they can jump and they can flutter around and do like 20-footers and shit, which means if humans had the wings of a chicken, then there'd be roided out George St. Pierre chickens that could fucking fly for sure. Chickens can fly. They're just too stupid to want to win to fly.
Even if they couldn't like
You know what I'm saying, Will?
sustain flight, imagine just how good like Michael Jordan would have been if he could have just right before he dunked.
Just get a good
chicken
yeah,
flew.
Yeah, just a couple of flaps.
Gets a couple flaps in.
Yeah, like you could jump and then someone's coming for you and then flap to the side and up a little bit and then dunk. We got ripped the fuck off. Who's calling the show? Who are all these
Try
people?
line 9.
Line 9,
or line
855.
3.
We're talking to Casey on the Jason L Show. Hello, Casey.
Hey, I live up in the northeast of the U.S. or whatever, but there's loons. They're a type of bird that swims, catches fish, all that.
Who's that?
Flying a loon.
A loon. It's type of like, it's almost like a duck, but it's different. It's got a sharp bill on it and swims underwater, dives for like really long periods of time and catches fish.
Also,
Okay.
like a cormorant. can do that.
Interesting. Thank you, sir.
I didn't want it to be a bird that could just be
Me
comfortable
neither.
in the water.
I'm
I
pretty
wanted it to
bummed
be
out.
something water or land that could take flight.
Yeah, I need a bat that goes to the bottom of the ocean and eats crabs and then comes out and then flies off and goes, caw and has like red eyes. And
I'd have to
shit.
imagine there's insects that can do this, but who cares?
They can't though.
I was
No.
watching.
Insects, when they hit the water, just turn to shit. Insects are so small that when they hit water, water's like this big blob of jelly.
Yeah.
That they can't even get into.
Can't break
You know
through
what I
the
mean?
surface
Yeah.
tension.
You,
You
can
might
put,
wanna
you
check
can
out-
put an insect in a bowl of water, and the dumbass will drown.
Might want to
Stupid
check
ass
out
insect.
dragonflies.
Dragonflies don't swim. They float on the top.
I saw some YouTube videos of them underwater eating tadpoles.
You saw lies.
Yeah, that's
I
what
might
I'm
have.
saying. Yeah, well, that's
I might have gotten tricked. That happens a lot.
absolute baloney sandwiches, but I still
Oh.
am willing to see some video proof, unlike just as a ghost or anything that proves that's not real.
Bullshit artist.
And I
Right,
think you
Will.
can see them. Their pooping butthole underwater.
It doesn't. Wait, what? They shit underwater?
The majesty of nature. Did you see that video?
Shit.
Can you look up dragonfly shits underwater?
Well, can we just see if they go underwater first?
It looks like the dragonfly nymphs are underwater.
So
What's a nymph?
Like the
They're
egg.
lava thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what-
that doesn't count, Kevin. You dickhead. That's just a lava thing on the bottom of the water, and then it floats up, and then it turns into the pretty butterfly dragon.
Do you
thing.
really want to see dragonfly poops?
Yeah.
Because that came up.
I mean, I want to see a poo.
I want to
Yeah,
say
that's-
pretty much anything poop,
Kevin,
I
you're
guess.
showing me what? That's a what?
That's the dragonfly nymph.
Right, and where is
underwater.
that? Yeah, so that's not a dragonfly.
Oh, look, he's going to poop, guys. Oh, he started pooping.
Where? Oh, yeah. Ha, 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 ha. I wish you could do some fart noises while he was doing that. That'd be cool. Yeah.
No, his poop looks like more of a blink.
Yeah, it's not a bad poop. It seems like it seems like they poop candy. Because it's kind of like the same color as him. He pooped like an orange poopy. I don't even know if his ass smells.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of dragonfly poop.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be weird if you pooped?
No, it's a brown poop.
Imagine if you pooped like, you know that candy that comes, you see the stores, they have the big window where tourists can look, and they roll the hot candy and then they chop it and it's got the design in it.
Taffy?
Yeah. Imagine if you pooped taffy, and you never had any poop residue because it just came out like taffy every time. So
You just stumbled upon my second wish if I found a genie lamp.
that you would poop taffy.
Yeah.
Would you eat your own taffy poop?
Sure, it's taffy.
I guess I'd rather eat
Someone else's poop taffy.
No,
I think I'd rather eat taffy.
You don't want butt taffy.
Well, what about if butt taffy's straight up just... What about if you don't...
BT is known in Alabama.
What if you...
BT is buttered turds.
What if it really does come out super sweet, no poopy... Like, there's no hint of any poopy anymore. When you fart, you just smell like buttered candy.
Scientifically, is there any poop on it?
No, there's no poop anymore.
Okay, then, I'm in.
You just... When you eat, it just turns into candy, and it comes out in a tube, and you just snap a piece off. You don't need bathrooms anymore.
Let's snap us off some butt taffy.
Who do you think I should talk to at 855-ELLIS-41, Michael?
I'm glad you asked me that. So we were able to see the names on people's phone accounts, even if they give us a different one. And I respect people's right to be anonymous. But I would love just to know how Line 10 was able to identify himself to us as Mr. Awesome.
Go ahead, Mr. Awesome.
Hey, I actually did that because I can change the settings in my caller ID.
Genius.
So, and that's what my family and friends refer to me as. So
nice.
You guys were talking about Waterworld.
Yeah.
I can hit on both subjects you guys were just talking about, but Waterworld. Really, the only thing successful really about that movie was during the BP oil spill. They actually contacted Kevin Costner for the little machine in that movie.
His brother did it.
To try to clean up the oil.
Yeah, that's right. He and his brother, I believe, have been working together to try to come up with some contraption to get the oil out, and they really were talking to them among many other people.
Yeah, so that was the only thing I really took away from Waterworld.
So far, we're like Mr. So-so. What else you got?
And then the other one was the birds that can fly and swim. Wouldn't that be like a pelican or a seagull? Can't they go underwater for quite a little bit of time?
They definitely dive under the surface.
Yeah, they just dive. They don't stay under and hang out.
Mm-hmm.
I think a pelican can.
Mr. Awesome, blatant false advertising.
Yeah, absolute bullshit.
I was watching pelicans when I went on vacation when the show was off.
In the woods.
I was watching pelicans dive.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing how they dive into the ocean like that. They go super deep.
Yeah, I don't know if it was pelicans or not, but my kid was watching a thing where a bunch of great whites, I think, surround something, maybe a whale or whatever, and they all feast on it, and then all of the diving birds run in and start stealing food from them. It's pretty amazing how the one group attacks the animal en masse, and then another group kind of rushes in to steal from them.
They work together.
Just how do they
to
know?
Kill fishes.
I don't know if they were gulls or herons. I'm not much
It
of
looks
a fish
like
guy, a bird guy.
There's a bird called a cormorant.
Yeah.
Who can hold his breath for 15 minutes.
Yeah, Andrew
goes
mentioned
underwater.
that
Ooh.
earlier.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
All right, well.
It's pretty good.
Still, I just think pretty weak effort on, God's part to not make like a sea land. I mean, platypuses.
All-terrain.
Yeah, platypuses. A platypus that can fly is just fucking kicking ass.
So
but
what
it
are
doesn't
we?
fly. It sucks.
What are we really talking about here? Is it like a dragon that can swim that would be the ideal combination of all three?
Yeah.
Underwater flying squirrel.
I mean, a bat, man. If a bat went underwater swimming around, then whoa, that's a bird swimming around.
Yeah, that's this cormorant we keep hearing about.
Okay, yeah, he fucking swims.
Yep.
He's good at it too.
Yeah.
Wait, and then he can just take off into the sky?
You'll see him all over New England. Yeah.
And he just, look at that, he's just floating. Whoa, and then he dives. He's got no arms. He's only got back legs and God damn, he is efficient as hell. He's kind of penguin-y
Yeah,
in the
agreed.
water.
Agreed. Okay, so he swims.
Wow, that is impressive. Wait, this is so impressive what he's doing in the water that I have to see him get back to the top of the water and then fly away because I'm just saying, this dude's a fish. How does he do that? I guess that is the guy. Then that's completely acceptable. I mean, how long do you want to be down there anyway, Michael?
Not
You
any
know,
more than 15
you know what I mean? Like,
minutes.
do I want to be the super sea creature where I go leagues under the sea and see the giant big, I'm a big toadfish or whatever. I live in the fucking dark. That place sucks balls.
Yeah.
That's what hell is. Hell is you're a big turd glowfish and you just live in the dark just going, oh, plankton. Oh, just sucking dicks. Fucking, oh, look, there's my friend Larry the Lightfish. Fuck, I'm Larry the Lightfish.
I could be very happy in the depths
Somebody
of the sea.
turn the fucking light on my head off. Can't go to sleep. I'm made of jelly. Oh, cool. Plankton.
Is this true in
Fucking sucking.
in Waterworld? Kevin Costner hits her and shaves her hair off.
See? I don't know, but
that is what Terror Maze on Twitter has alleged.
thank you, somebody on Twitter that I should be looking at myself.
I also think
Come on,
he
you
throws a
fucking
chick
chair.
off the boat to like save her.
Told ya. And he threw somebody.
So people have been weighing in on the most talented celebrity. Hugh Jackman has a pretty compelling case.
Because he can sing and he can dance and he's a comedian and he's an actor and he's got metal hands.
And he's Wolverine.
And he's Wolverine.
I don't think he's absolutely
got a great ass.
I don't think he's bulletproof at all of these things, but he can be a song and dance guy. He can do
He
romance.
can be gay. He can be straight. You don't know.
He could be gay.
He's on that worldwide tour right now doing parts of like The Greatest Showman and all the other
He's
musical
on
stuff.
Broadway.
Jack Black has been mentioned.
Jack Black is fat as hell now.
Yeah, he's pretty big, but he's pretty short, so I think he can go up and down a little bit more easily than
All right.
a lot of other people can. But Jack Black is, obviously has the Tenacious D thing. He really is a very talented singer. He's done great dramatic stuff. He's one of the funniest people alive. I would rather Jack Black over Hugh Jackman.
What
but
about that La La Land guy?
Ryan Reynolds? Or no, Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
What?
what did he
He's
do
pretty
that's so
talented.
goddamn good.
Man,
did he
he
do?
he could dance the shit out of a dance.
He cannot dance.
Oh yeah, he did.
He's
was
pretty good.
Dancing. He was really good at dancing. He could sing. He can act. He can smile a little bit, let you know he's thinking about you.
What
But he's
about
got a tiny little mouth, so he can't eat burritos.
what about Mark Anthony? The greatest musician of our time.
He was really good on Man and Fire.
One of
Man
the
on
greatest
Fire.
actors of our time too.
I put Jack Black ahead of him.
You think?
I like Tenacious D more than Mark Anthony's one song.
See, I think that's ridiculous. Mark Anthony has millions of songs.
They just all sound the same.
And no, they don't. He has way more accolades in the music world than Tenacious D will ever have. Way more in Spanish and in English. What are you going to say about that? Who should I talk to, Michael?
Boy. Let's start with line one.
Hey, Cara, welcome to the Jason Ellis Show.
Hi, how are you?
Casual. What's up?
Good. So I was listening to you about the cormorants and about how awesome it would be when they swim. That's really cool. We have them all over. I'm in South Florida.
You're talking about the
Everywhere.
cormorant. That's the fish that can swim that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
The bad thing is like when they get out of the water, they can't take off right away because their wings are covered with like an oil, like some sort of oil that they secrete. They have to actually sit on the side of the road, and you see them all the time with their wings spread and dry off because they're too heavy to take off.
But still, that is still. So they just do a little bit of a dry out for a second, and then they can go back up. That tells you how wet they're getting. That's how fishy they are.
Exactly.
Oh, fully submerged.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cara.
Yeah, the only thing you ever see out of them is their heads sticking out of the water. They look like snakes.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thanks, Gar. Have a good day.
As wet as a wet chicken they get.
Yeah, that is incredible to be able to go in DC, swim around, beat fishes at their own game in DC, eat them, then go up on shore, flick it out a little bit, chill out, dry 'em, and then just go, caw and fly into the fucking sky. Winners. They're like the Jerry Seinfelds of the animal kingdom, just winning.
Andrew on line 2, I think, has a thought for the most talented person.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey guys, I was thinking Seth MacFarlane might be good for that role.
What?
Okay, he's got a little bit more of a case than you might think.
Why does he got more of a case? He can't sing.
He can.
He can.
Oh, he's a terrible
he can
singer.
sing incredibly well. He does voices while he sings.
Yeah.
He writes. He produces.
All right.
He's funny as hell.
He's actually, I think he's more acceptable as an actor than I think some other people do.
I mean, he's almost everybody on Family Guy.
What about Ricky Gervais?
He's talented.
Can he sing?
Don't think
Yeah,
so.
yeah. As a matter of fact,
Oh,
he had
can.
a new wave band that had a hit in the Philippines.
I knew it.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was huge. What about Carmen Electra?
Right, she can.
She's done it all. See her ass? It's pretty good.
Patrick Swayze can do more than one thing.
Yeah, what could he do? Oh, they could dance and he could have great hair.
He could be a convincing action star, and he could also be a convincing love guy. And let's not forget, she's like the wind.
Oh, dude, I know. Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah. She got Oscar
No, Mr. Gaga.
She good at playing basketball or anything?
Oh, amazing at basketball.
Donnie, welcome to the show.
Hey, yeah, with that Waterworld, Kevin Costner, he does throw the girl overboard because she won't shut up, and then he does end up giving them both haircuts with his big knife.
Right. Does he spank one of them?
No, he doesn't spank any of them.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Jared Leto can do stuff.
Jared Leto, not that good of a dancer, though.
Huey Lewis has done a bunch of acting, right?
Huey Lewis
To
in the
go with his
news.
singing.
You're an idiot.
So has Phil Collins. Good point.
Yeah, Phil Collins is a terrible actor. Mick Jagger, great actor as well. Madonna, terrible actor.
What about
Shaquille O'Neal?
The South Park guys.
Shaquille O'Neal, music career, acting career.
I think the majority
athlete.
of
He's excellent at talking.
Shaq's musical career can mostly be attributed to Foo Schnickens.
Tell Me
Fair
How
enough.
My Ass Tastes is one of the greatest hip-hop songs I've ever heard in my life.
That's true.
That shit is funny as hell.
Did you see that video of him in a mosh pit that was going
Yes,
viral?
I did.
It's
And
great.
he's in mosh pits now. It's right recently, like a couple of weeks ago, he was in a mosh pit, front row, twice as high as every other human. He is a weird guy. Like him in a mosh pit. Look at him. He's just bigger than nobody can compare to the Diesel. Good to see the Diesel still out there moving around.
Yeah, and
Oh,
shout
wait,
out.
it was an EDM mosh pit?
Was it?
Yeah, because that's what he does now. He's like a DJ.
Oh.
But it's just this giant 7-footer with all these kids just pushing him around.
Hell yeah, Shaq.
Nobody
for
knows
him.
what to do with him.
Nobody has ever known what to do with him physically. This is
Yeah.
this is a problem that has plagued much bigger, stronger, more athletic men than the ones he's currently bumping into.
Yeah, now the Diesel could make it difficult for a lot of people in a mosh pit.
Yeah. Oh, he's out there living his life. I respect that.
Yeah, me too. So he's an EDM DJ?
Not just anybody can do that.
Nope.
I mean, he'll do
Or is
like,
he a DJ of just like classic hits?
no, it'll be like Chainsmokers, Diplo, that type of music. He'll have like a Vegas. He's performing at Aria on Saturday night, and it's like DJ Shaq. Diesel.
Would he be able to like ask one side of the crowd to make noise and then the other side and then kind of judge which one was getting crazier?
I think he can do that.
Wow.
What if he can't hear them?
Well, then they could just get louder.
Well, they better
Oh,
get louder. Yeah,
gotcha.
that's how it goes.
If he cups his ear, it would probably help, but ideally they would be so loud that he wouldn't need to do that.
And he's good enough to like drop the beat at a specific time
Man.
to really get the crowd going.
I've never not been a Shaq fan. I think he's great. I told you Christopher Hitchens is chauvinist, right?
It doesn't surprise me.
I wasn't even sure if it's true. Did I talk about it on here?
Not that I can
Okay.
recall.
I'm watching because I like that guy, right? Kind of look up to him a little bit.
Okay.
Think he's cool.
Yep.
Then I read his second book about his life, and I realized that his mother married somebody and went to Israel and was murdered over there. So he kind of has this weird reason to attack religion. Like if it wasn't for religion, my mother would be alive today, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So being a super smart guy that is a real good talker, debater, and was already working for the New York Times, and then that happens, and he kind of, I think his atheist stance sometimes, because I don't know if I'm an atheist anymore. I feel like an atheist is sort of just trying to say that you're mad at religion. Like, I'm not mad at religion. I feel like sometimes when religious people do stuff where they hurt other people in the name of religion, then yeah, that's bad. But if you just love people and you go to church on Sunday, I don't feel necessary to have a debate on a microphone where I ridicule you and make fun of everything that you've ever done your whole life.
No.
Which is what he did.
Yeah, no, I find that very obnoxious.
Right? But I get it because he's going to debates where people are trying to make him look like an idiot, and you all agreed to go there to fucking fight each other. I get it. That's the reason you all agreed to be there to fucking get your little stick in. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But one interview he did with this lady in Australia, I think it was in Australia, she had an Australian accent anyway, where he was saying that women can, sure, you can work if you want to, but you don't have to. Once again, in a real snickering kind of, this thing that he does. And it was weird for me to realize, he's doing the same thing that he always does. He talks that way about everything. But at one point, it was okay for him to do it about religion, Jason, because you were angry at it also.
Mm-hmm.
So like when he was doing something to some minister guy, made him sound stupid. I was like, yeah, ha, ha, ha. That's what you get. But then when I hear him do it to a lady for being a lady, I'm like, whoa, man, that's fucked up. And then it's the only video that I've seen of him doing that. And I thought, is he joking? Did he do it because he was hitting on the woman and he didn't care what the people that were listening thought? Because it just seems so impossible for me to think that somebody that was so logically intelligent and had all these conversations that I'd watch where I was like, yeah, you know what? You make a lot of sense. Smart guy. And then he's like, well, women don't have to work. And I'm like, wait, what? Is he really seriously saying that? But I think he was. So that was kind of, I was like, oh, well, there goes that. I thought that guy was, it's kind of like brilliant in some ways and a dick in other ways. When you hear that John Lennon may or may not have hit his first wife or some stuff like that, you're like, man, that's not cool.
I'm looking at an article written in Vanity Fair with Christopher Hitchens' byline in 2007 entitled Why Women Aren't Funny. Now, I obviously don't have time to read this in its entirety. It's entirely possible that he was saying that to get a rise out of people and didn't arrive at that actual conclusion. But that would be incorrect. And therefore,
yeah.
I mean, misogynistic is a word that gets thrown around a lot. I don't know that you have to hate women to think that women aren't funny, but it's wrong.
I just think it's a weird thing for a guy of that level of intelligence to be that spiteful towards women. And also, he talks, because I've watched many debates where he does refer to being very attracted to the opposite sex.
Mm-hmm.
So to think that they're something that you're very attracted to, but you don't see them as an equal, that is, it's a bum. It was a bit of a letdown for me. I'm like, oh, man, really? That's weird. Why would you be?
Yeah.
Why would you consider women?
Yeah, if you have that stance, like women aren't funny, you lose all credibility.
It's weird because he uses a debate.
Crazy.
He uses many times when he debates with Muslim people about how the Quran is, has these things about women should cover themselves and not do this and not be educated and whatnot. And he brings that out, points it out to them, and then does another fucking interview with a lady saying how, yeah, sure, you can have a job if you want to have a job. I'm like, what the fuck? You're just as dumb as everybody else. Arguing for one person's rights and saying somebody else shouldn't have their rights.
Well, I think
Makes
that
no sense.
when people are smart and get talented at debating, a lot of times they just fall in love with their little mind tricks that they've come up with, and they take them to the illogical extreme. I know I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't heard this stuff. I've never really taken an interest in Christopher Hitchens, but Like to say, you only you don't have to work. There's sort of a little bit of a leg to stand on there if you just want to. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows the case that
if you could find the interview, Andrew, because yes, I got what he was saying, and I think I mentioned it to Cathwood, and he's saying about what you're about to say.
Yeah, which is
that he did have a point.
If you want to be a stay-at-home husband, good luck finding that arrangement.
Right.
If all you want in life is to be a stay-at-home wife, your odds of finding that arrangement are quite a bit better. Therefore, working for you as an adult female is a little bit more of a choice than it is for a man. I agree with that. What you want to make of that, you only want to extrapolate so much from that. Now, I'm looking at somebody else quoting him on some website. I don't know if Christopher Hitchens actually said this, but supposedly this person says Christopher Hitchens said about women being funny. And this is like an evolutionary thing. As dresses got shorter and they got sexier, there was no need for them to be funny, which I guess is his argument for why, in his opinion, women in general are not as funny as men. And, what he's basically saying there is
you and I have agreed that really pretty girls sometimes don't have that much character because you feel like they haven't had to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Exactly. So would I say that it probably is less important for across the board? Has it been over the years less important for women to be funny than for men? I guess I would probably agree with that, but I'm not just saying this because it's like a PC thing. Like, there's so many things I feel like we're arguing about today that I thought were just completely settled, like when I was a child. Like, of course fucking there's funny women. Like, when I was a kid, it was like 50-50, the big stand-up comics, fucking men and women. Like, who needs to have this conversation? It's retarded. I'm sorry, but,
No, you're good.
It is.
It's ridiculous.
Fucking when I was a kid, Ellen DeGeneres was huge. Rita Rudner was huge. Lily Tomlin was huge. I watched the Carol Burnett show. Like, what fucking conversation is this?
Yeah, it's a weird thing to come from a guy that, I mean, yes, he tells a story. He is a one that can tell a story. I saw at he had a memorial thing where a lot of, very amusing and respected scientists, blah, 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 people were there saying that he was a man that would control the bar and tell a tale that everyone loved to hear a tale from the Hitch.
I have no doubt.
You're not fucking Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean? You're not Dave Chappelle, or you're not the greatest comedian that has ever lived. Yes, you can tell a yarn. So to tell everybody that there are no funny, it's the same as Ben Shapiro. I think Ben Shapiro is a very smart man.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes Ben Shapiro says things that make him more money, and I don't even know if he actually believes it, just because that's the thing that seems to get a rise out of the people today.
Well, I think what little I know, I crammed a bit for Jordan Peterson when he was on, and I feel like his take on how women weren't nearly as oppressed as they say they were, it's like he has some points to make, but he's like willfully missing the point. And that's kind of the same way I feel with this. It's like you've kind of figured, and this is what happens when people get a little too clever for their own good, is they're like, oh, I found an angle that I don't see a lot of people making, and I've got just enough of an argument that I can make the argument, but they're wrong.
Yeah.
It's just, it's wrong. Interesting point. Oh, food for thought. I guess that does color my understanding of this. If you want to try to say women have been treated as slaves since the beginning of time, and we need to Jordan Peterson's like, whoa, let's actually take that apart a little bit. Yeah, maybe that nuances your take on something that's so simple, black and white, cut and dried, but does it flip it on its head and invalidate it? No, like, come on.
I got one for you. When I watched that movie Vice, the Dick Cheney movie where Dick Cheney was married and he was being a bit of a loser, and his wife was a really educated, smart lady who said, I don't have the option that you do, and I'm married to a man, and I need to know, are you going to be that man for me that goes high up in the world? Because I don't have she didn't say fuck, but she didn't have the option to be the vice president or to become anybody, because they didn't give lady, and that's a dude, he's alive today. This isn't a tale from a yarn where a magical dude appeared. This is a fucking real thing that happened. That guy's alive. That chick's alive.
And we can safely assume Hillary Clinton had that exact same dialogue with Bill Clinton on her side of the aisle.
There you go. So imagine that. You can't imagine that because you're a dude. You didn't have to. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying you got to understand everybody else's side. Why can't every life, human life, I don't think the dog should be president unless he's like way past that monkey that said no. Like he's like, listen, everybody, I mean, as a dog, I had a lot of dog friends, and he had a lot of really interesting things to say, and he didn't do drugs or anything like that. Then yeah, sure, maybe a dog for president, but they're pretty far behind right now. But right now, why can't everybody have equal rights for
Yeah.
everything? And, in all the countries and all the religions that say that you shouldn't, your mum can't do this, or your daughter or your baby. Everybody needs to, we're all past the mythical thing. I think everyone should love everybody. And if you want to be a Muslim or Jewish or whatever it is, great, you should do that. But let's just all agree that everybody that came out of the womb should not, should just have the same rights. Everyone should just be allowed to read and drive and let the wind touch their hair and, maybe just leave the genitals. Let's just be born and walk around and love each other, Do all the same rules that you've got in your book, but just tweak them a little bit, just update. That's all I think you should do.
Let's not chop people's genitals for no reason anymore.
Let's just leave them the way you came out,
Yeah.
Unless they come
Let's
out
just
and,
do
like,
that.
if somebody comes out and their penis is, like, wrapped around their leg and it's literally eating the baby's foot, then, look, you got to do something with that penis. It's going to kill the baby's foot.
Yeah, when
If
I was
it's-
born, the doctor was like, this guy has too much penis. We have to level the playing field here and chop some of this penis off. It's too much penis for one man to handle.
We get your point.
Let's just stop it. Kevin, just stop it.
Yeah, I want the rest of my penis back.
Stop talking about your penis and how much there is of it, okay? We've got a lot of stuff to get to, so we'll take a break and then we'll do it. We'll be back.
Faction Talk. Sirius XM 103.
Hey, buddy. So I stabbed a man who robbed me, and he bled out of his head. I said, look at you, you dumb fuck, now you gon' be dead. I like country, and I like dogs, and I like the farm and shit. I like drinking whiskey, and hey, look at those girls' tits. Come on, you're dead. I'm gonna kill you, you robbed my house. You're dead. I'm gonna kill you, you robbed my house.
Jason Ellis. On Faction Talk.
103.
Shut the fuck up, Kevin. That's fucking awesome, Andrew, and don't let
Yes.
anybody ever tell you otherwise.
Needs more explosions.
It's going to be a crying shame when you leave. That was fucking brilliant.
I can keep adding to it if we didn't have enough.
Why do you need to wait? Just more like Faction Talk 103.
Well, like,
Don't forget Jim and Sam comes on later on. Or what else do you want me to? What else do you want on that fucking thing? How much longer do you want it to go?
Yeah,
I
maybe
need an
more
eagle
meowing.
Screech.
What?
Like there needs to be like an eagle screech.
Does there?
On demand.
Yeah,
Visit
yeah.
us online.
Yeah. Pandora.
Follow us on Instagram.
I'm Ray Romano. Just do all of them. Give it everything they've got. Yeah. Every rejoin, just so that we could just all go have a cigarette down in the parking lot while fucking Andrew makes the rejoin.
Got a sandwich.
It's a mastermind plan. We just don't work anymore. Andrew just cranks rejoins that has everything we've ever done.
So
All
we
right.
learned.
But like,
we learned. Yeah,
real
go ahead.
quick on that. The actual country song that you did yesterday during the show, there was no music or anything like that. It was perfect to like fit it to a bed. Like you could write legit country songs just like that. I know that was
You
like,
blew his mind.
I was like, oh my god, this actually matches up perfectly. What the fuck?
Oh no! Maybe you and I should have a meeting after the show, Andrew, about our country career.
Yeah.
You get the
Going to
tracks.
Nashville.
Yeah, apparently I got the riff.
That's cute. Andrew
Scott
thinks,
loves
Andrew, Andrew thinks it's hard to write country songs.
Aw. Man, now you just crushed my. I thought I had a talent for a second. Man, that tat looks sick today, Will.
Oh,
What is that, Will?
it's ink. You know, whatever. Me, Jason,
Yeah, we
Tully, Kevin, all inked up.
I got a new tattoo guy that I found. I'm gonna go get the back of my. I'm almost. The piece of the puzzle is getting closer and closer.
Where are we going?
I don't know. We're going to get sick inked somewhere in LA somewhere.
Sick.
We'll do like one of that one knee handshake thing
Yeah.
after it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Are you tatted up, Bennett?
Nah,
Good for you.
I got none.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Oh, there's always one oddball in the group.
Here I was,
Hey.
starting, to
All
think
right,
here I was
fellas.
starting to think you
That's
were
how I
cool.
rebel, you know? I don't get shit.
That's real.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have a thing that Kevin has organized for everybody, and I thought, why not have everybody on the show for it? Because everything Kevin organizes is so much fun, and I don't want anybody on the Jason Ellis show not to have any fun.
Yeah.
So
Aw.
let's all have some fun.
I hope you guys love anonymous sex as much as I do.
It's Wednesday, right?
It is.
Wolf Knife Wednesday. I'll have to be looking for that. I don't think I posted one. I
Not
did.
yet, no. You did last week.
Last week I did, right? Yeah, that's right. Jolene, right?
Yeah,
From when she got married to
Yeah.
a girl at Ellis Mania.
that was a good photo.
Yeah, that's-
Erica.
That's right, Erica. That's why I'm in the middle of discussing whether I'm going to go to Austin to look at venues because I want Ellis Mania to go other places, but it's going to be some work, and I'm contemplating doing it in Vegas. But I am going to Austin. I think we should go to other places. We should see the world. Ellis Mania should see the world.
I
So
agree.
I might go do a show from the On It Gym. And maybe even Kevin Kraft had some ideas of maybe some people that might want to audition for Ellis Mania in Austin in November. They could come to the gym and show me their stuff so we can start getting people that are going to be in the actual event because this needs to go. This needs to fire off. I can't just let these things disappear. They're too much fun. I realize that before I die, the things that I can give to the people is Ellis Mania is fun shit. It's very, very funny. Everybody has a fucking fun time. And I can't stop doing them.
I had a blast.
Yeah. And I think that Simon Woodstock is the perfect person to have a fight against because his stage presence is going to be magnificent.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
And I want to go full budget. I'm talking to the guys from Outlaw Energy. We're going to go, whatever he wants when he comes out, he's going to get it. If he wants fireworks and chicks throwing lasers, give him I'm doing the budget. Let's do it. I'm very excited about
While
it.
we're at Ellis Mania, can we have anonymous sex?
I mean, yep. Yeah, can you say that?
Hopefully.
I don't know if you should say that on the radio.
Oh.
I mean, if it's up to you, if you can find that, yeah. We should have an app. You should change Freaky Scenes to an app for Ellis Mania where it's like the boning app.
Oh, call it Freaky Scenes.
Yeah,
I'll
don't
call
change
it Freaky Peens.
Ooh. Because a freaky peen could be a vagina, because, if a vagina's kind of a penis.
Yeah, Peengina.
You know, if you microscopically like zoom in, it does the same kind of thing. You know.
Yeah.
Sure.
What if you give a
you sound like you're hitting on me.
I am?
No, I don't know.
Man, I am a mystical guy when
You
it comes
are.
to hitting on people. I didn't even know I was doing it.
You should make a site called Kevin's List, and you just post all these things where you're looking for anonymous sex, and it's just well known that you're the person, you're the only person who's able to post there.
Yeah, I'm the only person who can get laid on that site.
So people just write to you if any of your posts strike their fancy.
Do you like sitting on cakes?
It's not a bad idea.
Well, while that's getting up and running, I did find some other ones. Some people looking for some freaky, no-strings-attached sex. A couple left over that we didn't get to last time we did this that I just wanted to quickly revisit. This heading, this is dudes looking for chicks, and there's a lot to unpack in the subject of this one. It's a 69-year-old white man, 6 feet, 195 pounds, DDF, NS clean. I don't know what a lot of that stuff is.
Do not resuscitate.
Yeah. I have ED, so all I have left are my fingers and my tongue.
Oh,
That's
no.
all the subject.
Why doesn't he get a buckshot?
He should try it.
Yeah.
He says, if this is of interest to you, get back to me. All I ask is that you are squeaky clean. You don't need to do anything to me unless you want to work a little. LOL. Age and body size do not matter to me. You enjoying receiving oral from me is a plus. So his boner doesn't work.
Yeah, but he'll finger fatties.
Yeah. He'll finger the fuck out of you.
Wait. Okay. Yeah. Right. Got it.
Lol.
Yeah, he's big on lols. These next two, I'm going to have to just do in my elegant pervert voice, because it's kind of fitting. So the subject of this one is, let me relax you completely. May I offer you a full body, head to toe, relaxing time that will make you moist with excitement? You will be totally satisfied and aroused into a blissful state. Your husband or boyfriend can watch or participate. I'm ultra clean, white, non-smoking, sane, safe, and DDF. Let me service you and make your toes curl. Please reply, and I will respond immediately.
Will my husband's toes curl as well when he fucks them too?
Yes.
Drug drink free?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Loser.
Right? Everybody knows Total Disease Guy's the coolest.
I thought you liked Dungeons and Dragons or something.
I got all the diseases. Come over and I'll give you my disease and you give me some of yours and we can just like we're a melting pot of disease. I'm just super into I got this one, H5, 5, 10, 60s, and you can put it in there and I'll rub it on you. And I got some little critters that can rub on our pubic hair and we can get mega. What's those things called? The lice guys?
Oh, I thought you were talking about a super virus.
Yeah,
Leeches?
no, we can make one. Who?
Leeches?
No, but yes, that's I've got sex leeches.
Talking about
if you have
crabs.
sex with me, you're gonna get. Yeah, no, I've got herpes leeches. Legions. I'm a legionnaire.
Yeah, we should make a fake post on this site that are all just
Yeah.
weird acronyms.
I got sex leeches.
I'm HWP, DDF.
What about if you're
sex
smoking
leeches is
hot?
SL.
If you post photo where you're just smoking hot, and the only thing is I have sex with leeches, with you and leeches.
Have you got leeches?
I've got leeches.
Because I do.
If you come over, we can leech out.
And one left from the old one. This one just says, I have a sophisticated palate. When I find something I like to eat, I prefer to take my time and really savor it. Never like to rush through a meal. And if it's aged, it's even better.
Ew. Does that mean, is that an old dick or a butt or?
Yeah.
Old vagina.
He'll slowly eat old vaginas.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you would take your time with an old vagina.
I'm
I
going
mean, if
to-
you have an old vagina, I guess, if you do it fast, does it make any difference? You're just there anyway.
I'm going to eat it the way you eat eggs.
Oh, God.
Oh, come on.
Come on, the world. Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That guy's a fucking weirdo.
Look, but I said, remember when that old lady hit on me? Somebody What about if an old lady doesn't have anybody that will hook him up, and this guy's gonna take his time? That's great. He's doing it.
Sucks that that's your only option. Is that fucker?
That's
Who's
not your
more
only
important
option.
in the world, him or the pink wall?
Oh, yeah.
For
Pink
girls
wall.
to post photos on. How much does it uplift their life when they get a photo with the pink wall behind them looking better than they did yesterday? Versus this guy that licks old clits.
I can't choose between the two.
I don't know if old ladies really want it.
I think some of them do and some of them don't. I think some people after menopause are kind of just like, well, that's that. But that's certainly not all of them. I just wonder if you're like a completely average looking 60-year-old lady and you just kind of discreetly throw it out to people who seem halfway sane. Like, is it really hard to get laid?
Yeah, do you really want to would you want no strings attached to get off from a guy? Or would you rather, like, a nice lunch and a glass of Chardonnay? For the rest of your life? Every now and then, would you like just a random guy to give you an orgasm? Women? Is there any ladies listening that are in their 40s and 50s that would just want an anonymous...
40s?
What?
40s is the new 10s.
Why are you going to make it creepy?
I'm not. I'm just saying it's the 40s is not
I just
old.
don't think girls want... I don't think girls want random... Do they want random orgasms from the guy that wants to take his time there?
Well, they don't want that
Not
that
that
one.
guy. Yeah, but I think it just depends on the person, right? I mean, I feel like I know some women that would, and some women who absolutely would not.
What do you think the ratio is? Because I feel like it's a 1%er almost.
Oh no,
A lot of women would do that.
I think
if it was
so.
if you, I guess it's like because you can't know that it's gonna be safe. If I said, if I can guarantee it's gonna be safe, you can just get an orgasm and that's it. You can't really do that with us. You can't guarantee with us.
No,
We're
but
not.
you could take steps.
You can have sex with them in public.
Right. Have sex at a public place, a well-lit public place.
I'll be there.
But if you could find out who they are, here's my driver's license. Okay, I'm taking a picture of it and sending it to my friend Becky, and she's gonna something happens.
Is
to
there
me.
when is there a gigolo today that is hired to sleep with older women, like not the bullshit lie of that baseball guy that's on the Stern Show, the
Dykstra.
Yeah, I think there probably
an
would
actual-
be for women of means.
I think I agree.
Yeah.
I think that there probably is a thing for women who. I think a lot of times you hear women who consciously decided to be all career, and then they're like, well, now that I'm successful, I'll I'm 40 or something and I'm rich and I'll go meet somebody, but they've been out of the game for so long and maybe weren't all that good at it to begin with that they're ready to do it, but they're not good at it socially. Yes, I would have to think that there is a market for that. And
Also-
it's happening right under our nose in the same way that the like $10,000 a night unbelievable prostitution game is happening under our nose.
And also, married women who have money and their husbands are like not interested in sex and they're fat and they're old and they're all day at the office or they're going to Japan or whatever. Yeah, I think they would also trade off with their girlfriends like, oh, you got to call this guy.
Right.
You thinking about a career move? Just ask.
Why not? Why
Oh,
not?
Side gig.
What's
Got
the
it.
downside?
Can't think of any.
Leeches.
Yeah, yep. Gotcha there.
Yeah, they might have you like tied up by your ankles upside down, and she comes in a bath and then and cuts you open with a scythe and has a bloodbath with you.
Yeah,
Well,
sticks a leech
just
in
send
there.
your friend a picture of her driver's license before you go in, and you
send
should
Becky
be fine.
the driver's license. She'll take care of it.
Yeah. I don't see the downside. You're right, Michael. Let's do it.
I would love it.
If anybody's listening, we are now officially prostitutes. If anybody wants to hire Michael and myself,
Yeah.
if you're a lady looking to, you got a lot of wealth,
Take your choice.
and you're looking
Anybody
for
in the room.
a hot evening with some of the raunchiest men in radio, hit us up. We're available.
Yeah. We're gigolos, but you don't have to pay us.
And
Wait, what?
Raunchy.
Oh, we got to get paid?
Yeah, you gotta
Oh,
pay us.
Not a lot though.
Wait, what?
Just like
I charge
Okay,
a
some
lot.
of us. Okay, there's a range,
nominal
a
fee?
range of men and a range of fee. He gives a different price for everybody. And look, if you want to spend $50, you can get yourself a young, untattooed, insane clown that'll give you good going over.
I need gas money.
Yeah. Find out the real reason.
I just need a ride.
Find out the real reason why they call him Big Bennett.
Oh.
Ding dong.
Hey.
Yeah, it's a ding dong.
Yeah.
Right.
Big Ben.
I'm a little more. I'm going to charge a little more than $50.
2 gas tanks full?
I just don't know how you're going to make it. It's got to be your job. It's got to be thousands of dollars.
I got a job.
I would say that I would say for I am $1,500, and if you want to keep me for another hour, then that's
Wait, that's for 1 hour?
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
What?
That's
is that bad?
expensive.
Yeah, but I'm a high class.
This is Jason
prostitute.
Ellis, Will.
I know. I'm just saying that I thought maybe it was like $1,500 for a night.
You could up your rates, Will, if you offer to fuck
right.
women as hate bean.
All right, wait.
I'll take gas money and some bugles.
It's $1,500 for the night. Like I stay there
Yeah. Or
and do what?
Are you kissing these women?
Pork.
Or is it
Yeah,
simply physical?
Nah.
Like
Wait, did you say am I kissing them?
Or
Right.
is it physical? Which one?
Yeah. Wait. How can you say? Yeah. Wait.
Well, like,
Wait. You're
Just
saying
smooching.
that? Wait. You give me $1,500 and I just show you my wiener. That's it.
A spiritual.
Of course
like,
I can. No, I do it like.
romance the ladies.
Of course I romance. For $1,500, you get the full thing.
Oh, it's the full boyfriend experience.
Yeah, but not overnight.
Yeah, you can make me lunch too.
Not overnight. That costs extra.
Gotcha.
Nobody wants the man to be there overnight, do they?
Snuggles? Are you kidding me? Of course.
A snuggle, sure, but not overnight. They want you out of the room.
Yeah, you sneak out discreetly in the morning.
You don't sneak out. They want you out. That's how I.
Oh, I know, but you still sneak out, so it's like the whole boyfriend experience.
All right, then I'll sneak out.
All
But
right.
is there people that do that?
Yes. Now that I'm thinking of it, I interviewed Carly Ciortino, is that how you say her name? Who has a show on Vice called Slut Ever, where she goes around and experiments in different sexual subcultures. And I want to say I watched an episode where she did hook up with a gigolo guy, and he swore that he really. It's amazing. Clearly, it's a very niche market if it's real, because when you Google gigolo, one of the first things that autocompletes to is, are there really gigolos? Nobody's questioning whether or not there are really female prostitutes or gay prostitutes.
Right. But doesn't that Google response tell you that people are looking for gigolos?
Yeah, but people are also looking for ghosts and aliens.
And they find them?
It's an unsettled question, is the...
In your mind.
I just thought maybe gigolos got evaporated by Tinder.
Like, how do you go about becoming a gigolo?
Because I have a Tinder account.
Like, are you just putting
How does one?
a Craigslist ad out there, or how do you find your madam or pimp or whatever?
You stand on the street corner.
You got to
and
go
you
to
whistle at old ladies.
You got to go to the bars where all the rich ladies hang out.
Don't you dress like a cowboy?
Pick your target.
Because people on Tinder and people on Grindr do like and there's super hot young ones that try to they want money. They got a rose next to them, which means if you're a rich person, you probably hit them up and say something about going on a date with them. But it's not beer. But it doesn't. Like Andrew just said, there's never is it. Where's the guy, the really good looking guy that just is? He's got a rose next to his name and he's not gay. He's you can date me. I'll go to Italy with you, but I'm a heterosexual hot young guy that goes with women there. Where's the woman that I don't think there is. If you guys got an argument where you can show me that it's not true, but I think that's gone. Because it's just more accessible now for. Why would you hire a guy to be with you?
You would hire them because, like a Tinder thing is more of a connection to a real person. This is a pretend person. This is a person that you hire to leave, and they're not part of your life in any way.
I mean, they have those. There are magazines with all those listings.
Hollywood Press.
We do apparently have a former male escort on the phone line.
Oh, shit.
It was up in Canada, if that makes a difference.
Steele?
Dwight, can I say his name?
Yeah.
Mike, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jay. How about you?
Hey, I'm good. So you were a male prostitute?
Yes, I was. Ran it for about 6 months, and basically how I got into it, up here, a lot of the smaller agencies put ads in the paper alongside their ads for the girls that they're advertising. It just says hiring. So you call them up and say, hey, I'm looking to get into this line of work. They have you come down, they look you over. The girls, that work for them, kind of evaluate as to whether or not you'd be someone they'd sleep with. And if you make the cut, well, then you've got a job, basically.
And how's that job go? How does it work? They just call you and...
It's yeah, back when I first started, you ran pagers, so they paid you, you'd call in, they'd give you an address where to be, and your driver would come and pick you up. They always had a driver that handled the money and everything else like that.
Yeah.
To get around the actual prostitution laws. So you were basically booked as an exotic dancer, but I can tell you right now, I never danced a day in my life because I was terrible at it. I was just better at other things.
So you just showed up at the house and your driver takes the money and it's like a housewife kind of thing? That happened?
Yeah, in a lot of cases, a housewife or hotel, ladies traveling for business. I've done it for husbands who, maybe had a little too much or wanted something special for their wife or something like that.
So you bang her with
over.
him or he just watches?
A lot of times just him watching. Sometimes he wanted to be at the other end of an Eiffel Tower or something, and you'd go to town like that. The biggest drawback about it was Claudia Schiffers and really good-looking women never really typically called for the service.
Yeah. So how average are we talking? Like, are they older or what was the usual client?
I can't go into too many details of the youngest and hottest woman I've done just because of who her husband was and what they did for a living, but she was frighteningly gorgeous, and she would have been the highlight of the career, and she wasn't bad.
When you
the
had sex,
I went up to was about 67.
When you had sex with the super hot one, did you come super quick? And if you do they ask for a refund?
No, you're a professional.
No, well, one I was greeted at the door by a guy who was probably pushing 270, covered in tattoos and solid muscle. So it kind of throws you off at first, and then he points to his old lady inside and goes, "You're here for her." And basically he had been doing so much blow that the equipment wasn't working, and she was absolutely on fire.
Huh. So what was the financial situation of most of these people? Like, they had to be well off, right?
You know what? It's not. We're not talking Vegas quality. What you would imagine as prostitutes. It's you know what? If you're decent looking and a good performer or stuff like that, or you've got a nice attitude and people can be comfortable with you, that's more what makes you popular as a worker, as opposed to having a huge schlong or a totally ripped and chiseled body. In a lot of cases, the women are looking for somebody who's more relatable and less fantasy, and just getting more out of that than what they get from, say, their husband at home and stuff like that. So you're dealing with women late 30s to mid 50s on average. More often than not, fairly decent looking, or at least comfortable enough that you're not sitting there, because this was all pre-Viagra for the most part when I worked. You're not sitting there trying to really get something going to crank things up, or drinking yourself half blind to get the job done.
But how much money did these women have, generally speaking? They had
an average out call would be $200 an hour.
And were they rich people or poor people?
You know what? Just average. Blue collar. Just looking to scratch an itch. I guess,
do you kiss him?
No.
No kissing on the lips.
Tongue darts?
if it's clean enough down there, it's like a 9-volt battery. Sooner or later, you're gonna touch one with your tongue.
Wait, wait, you're saying
Was that on your business card?
sometimes you don't sometimes you don't even lick them, you just put a rubber on and go for it?
Yeah, it all depends really on what they want. Some women just wanted some strange guy to come in, get really aggressive with them, bend them over, dominate them, and really man up, so to speak.
Yeah.
Other women wanted somebody who was maybe they had a fantasy about their son or one of their son's friends. So they want, I'm 45. I was 18, 19 at the time. So we're going back a little bit. But they wanted, maybe that younger male, or maybe there was some sort of subliminal fantasy and they wanted to, pamper you a little bit. There wasn't a lot of going out places and doing things. It was, show up, you shoot the breeze for a few minutes, get a read on what they really want. And then you basically become an actor with a cock.
Would she tell you when you could finish, or was that kind of up to you?
More often than not, what you did is you made sure that they were pretty much at the end of what they could handle, and then you made sure that's when you kind of went for broke, and you always kind of felt like, I'm not going to get any complaints because she can barely speak right now.
Yeah.
So if I take it the next little bit and finish myself off, then so be it. So you become really versatile. Plus, again, if she's not super hot, it's not hard to really just keep things going because you're always wrapped and you're focused on getting the job done, so to speak. So it really takes any of that edge out of it.
Now, did they road test you before they sent you out with clients? I would think it would be tough. You say, okay, this guy looks the part, he doesn't have a criminal record, but before you're going to send him to someone's home who's paying you, I'm assuming these are clients they want to have long-standing reputations with. They can't just send you over cold to fuck somebody.
You know what? That was, believe it or not, the highlight of the interview process is because they managed mostly women, they had a handful of gay guys, and they had 4 or 5 straight guys, because believe it or not, the straight guys do not get a lot of calls. But right. they bring up three of their top girls, so to speak, and they take a run at you, and they're of course trying to not necessarily knock you down a peg, but they're really, you're really working for it, so to speak.
I gotcha.
You're dealing with somebody who can turn their orgasm off very easily. Right. So to get a genuine reaction out of a professional, for lack of a better word, was definitely your main deciding hiring factor.
High five, buddy.
Yeah, nice work, man.
Wow.
So you get the gig and then you're out there plowing old ladies, huh?
Yeah.
What made you quit?
Yeah. You know what? You start to find coping mechanisms of dealing with it because you get desensitized to pretty much everything. Like I said, when you've got to try and get your face into something that looks like a wet beaver that's been run over and sat in the sun for 3 weeks.
God.
You've got to buckle down. I unfortunately, developed a crack habit to the tune of about $1,500 a week, which was about $500 more than I was making.
Oh man,
that'll help get your face down there, though, right?
Yeah.
You know what? You'd be surprised what you do to pay the bills. But I just, I was lucky enough that I just decided one day, I'm done with it, and I walked away.
Yeah.
On everything. And that was 96, and I've been clean and dry ever since.
Mike, would you consider coming out of retirement, because you've really got away with words? I simply must have you.
He would be dead.
You're a horny guy, Mike. I get why everybody wanted you.
I was able to roll that over. I do a lot of work with the BDSM community up here now, instead doing work with consent and teaching rope classes for people who want to tie each other up and stuff like that. So I've been able to channel my horniness and all the stuff I picked up back in the day into something a little more positive now.
Yeah, there you go.
Really giving back.
Yeah.
Using his powers for good instead of evil.
More positive than fucking.
Thanks for the call, dude.
Yeah. So I'm on the...
Because he would be dead right now.
Awesome.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I'm on the cowboysforangels.com website.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm on the employment page, how one can apply for a job as a gigolo with...
I imagine you have to whip your dick out and beat off.
Didn't he say
That's all it says on this page. Come on by and do some windmills.
You don't have to. You gotta bang somebody, right?
So, well, they
Would it
don't
be
even...
funny if they like you go into a room and there's like a panel of like 3 people and they got like glasses and notepads and pens and there's just like one of those pocket pussies in the middle of the room and they're just like, fuck it.
Yeah, but that doesn't work.
And then they hold up scores like ice skating judges.
Yeah, fuck it like you would an old lady.
So I wonder where these people are located. I wonder if we could get one of the executives to come in and see if Jason would be someone they would consider hiring.
There you go, Michael.
Yeah, you can be evaluated.
Getting ready to transition from radio to...
You need to have professional photos.
Yeah.
You got those. You pretty much send us an email, and if we don't get back to you, it's because we don't want to know you. You need to be at least 21. The Cowboys usually have professional occupations. You don't have to be a male model. You must be well-traveled, cultured, educated, and most importantly, be very proficient in making a woman feel safe and relaxed. Need to be attractive, dedicated to the top
they got
level.
tattooed guys?
Yeah. No, I would think that you would be a niche for them.
Yeah.
Wow, look at those guys. I might be too old, though. Kind of peaked out. Wow. How is that job?
That guy looks like a wannabe Conor McGregor.
Yeah, those guys all look like a wannabe somebody.
Man, I don't know if anybody wants... I know, right? I don't know if anybody would really want to sleep with that guy.
You can fuck this weird pirate for only like $1,500.
Yeah,
I still feel like there must be a lot of guys clicking over from the gay page to this one and being like, "How much for him?"
They probably do both, right?
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause you can't if you're already
Yeah.
being paid to have sex.
Oh wait, that one guy. That guy's a guy.
Yeah, I interviewed him once.
Nick Hawk.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about? What do you mean you interviewed him?
On my podcast like
That
6
guy?
years ago or something.
This guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You interviewed him because he was a prostitute, or you interviewed him for what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, him and one of the other guys came over.
One of the other prostitutes.
Yeah.
How much did you pay them?
I got a freebie.
And they just talked about racking chicks up.
Yeah, and I asked a lot of goofy questions. And he didn't seem to like that too much, but his friend appreciated it.
Oh, okay.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
His friend didn't like it.
No, his friend.
I mean, he didn't
yeah,
like it.
Yeah, he takes it very seriously. So
his prostitution
Yeah.
gig.
yeah,
What do you mean when you say he takes it serious? What do you mean?
like I was asking silly questions, obviously trying to be silly and just have
Yeah.
fun, and his buddy would like laugh and be like, "Ha ha ha, that's good," and he would just like
Because
be
he's a
stone faced.
He's a serious lover.
I guess.
If you hire him, you get some serious loving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what he's trying to say?
It's called Cocoa.
Well, actually, we don't call it poop in the business. We call it excrement.
Yeah.
Did he say anything cool about it? Because he was so serious. Did he say anything serious about how he delivers it or anything?
It was a long time ago. I don't remember.
We should get these guys
Tons
in
of it.
here, Andrew. I
Yep.
want to hear how they
Bring us as many gigolos as possible.
Yeah, like how they get all the ladies and this one time or
And all the dudes and everything.
I think some of those dudes are repped by Laney, so we could probably make that happen pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
right.
So many jobs out there, people.
Do we have any requirements for them when they come in? Like, do we need to see their bodies?
Yeah, definitely. No, we don't.
And they must be oiled.
They're on the.
You have to interview them personally.
What about if one of
Andrew?
them's like really talented and wants to be the executive producer of the Jason Ellis show?
That's right.
And then we can be like,
Shirtless every day.
Yeah.
Hey guys, got to leave early. I got a gig.
Yeah, he has to
Now
cut
fuck
out
this
every now and
pocket
then.
pussy.
Fucking old lady. And then he tells us about it when he gets back. Man, that guy's hired. He can't organize a goddamn thing, but he tells us about how he had sex with old ladies every day.
Or he could just fuck them on the other side of that bulletproof glass.
Ooh.
We could just do the show as if
Isn't
nothing's
that-
happening.
Xander's busy.
Oh, Xander's got company. We'll come back to you.
Beatrice is in the lobby.
We get interviews with just random ladies every now and then on the show. Wow. It's got to be a crazy lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I
if it
imagine
makes you
so.
start smoking crack, I guess so.
Do you think not all these guys
No,
smoke
no,
crack?
no,
They
no,
seem
no,
pretty
No.
fit.
Quinn might, but I don't think Angelo does.
I think everybody has different coping mechanisms, as he said.
So I got to ask, because between these guys and what I think of when I look at the male strippers and stuff, I'm led to believe that maybe straight women are more into gay-looking men than I realize, or maybe these are really gay prostitutes.
Right. Exactly.
Because I'm getting an extreme gay look. I can't say vibe. These guys aren't.
I don't
moving
feel like.
and
I feel like
talking.
when you start looking at really attractive
That guy
guys
looks
that go over the top on
Pierce.
trying to look attractive, they kind of look gay, Mark.
That
Yeah,
guy
look-
looks like John Hamm.
You can fuck Doctor Who. Look.
Who's Doctor Who?
Pierce.
Pierce.
Oh man.
Just make sure you have a parking space for his TARDIS.
He's got so many jackets.
Where do I put my cape?
That is so many.
And where do I put
jackets.
my third cape?
no, literally, guys. Okay, so assume he's wearing an undershirt and then a button down and then a vest and then a jacket and then a coat and a cape. Am I wrong?
Is it a
And
coat
he's got
and a
a-
cape?
Is he wearing
so.
6 layers?
I mean,
He's got
is
a
that-
cravat in there as well.
If you hire him, did he promise to show up with all those capes
Yeah,
on?
no, the strip show is like 7 hours long.
You know what, girls
Undress
do?
real slow.
Girls like that. Maybe
Could you pick up the pace?
maybe that's his scam. Like it's by the hour, and it takes him like
Yeah.
3 hours to get his fucking cape off.
I'm here to fuck you with my dick, I am.
He's also got 3 pairs of pants on. So.
He's actually like 130 pounds.
Yeah, he's got 2 pairs of tidy
Yeah.
whities, 2 boxers. Oh my god.
But he's a really smooth
So
talker.
sweaty.
Yeah, there's like
He's covered in sweat.
it's just
Drenched.
3 little chipmunks standing on top of each other.
Yeah.
under all those clothes.
This guy peeping out at where his belly button is.
Can we just hire Pierce to hang out with him?
Yeah.
Can we expense that?
Yeah, what's Pierce's hourly rate? Come on. He's in New York. We'll go there sooner or later.
Yeah.
Let's hire Pierce.
Let's hook up with Pierce in New York.
You could rent him for
It'll
a whole
just-
week.
17 grand for a whole week.
No, I don't want
What
the
a steal.
boyfriend experience.
A whole week.
Plus all the coat check fees.
Yeah. Dry cleaning.
Yeah, that's what it says. $1,700 plus coat check.
Yeah, he's gonna commandeer every closet in your house for that week.
Wait, so it's just three? It's 350 for the hour.
Yeah.
So if you get him for 350, like he just gives you the bone for an hour and that's it.
And once he gets his
Pretty
jackets off.
undresses,
I mean,
yeah.
how long does it take to get that shit on? I know. When he's gonna put the shit on and charge him when he's putting the jacket back on, right?
Yeah.
Ask him if he'll take 1,000 for 3 hours.
Yeah, does he do deals? What about if it's two
If we
women?
order in bulk.
Yeah.
I mean, the more you like request the time, the cheaper it ultimately is. So like 2 hours is only $650 instead of $700.
So what about if we promise to dry clean all his shit while he's naked?
We'll come over to you.
Yeah, it's like free, right? That'd be
Yeah.
even Stevens.
Yeah,
We're
that's
gonna
free.
steam all of your capes.
Flies in from New York with a bunch of check bags.
How long you stay for? Just the afternoon.
A whole week.
just the night. Yeah.
Need my wardrobe.
I gotta apply. I got jackets.
You don't have that many jackets.
I do. I have like if I put all my jackets on at
Yeah.
once and you could take a photo, and then I could show up to these guys and show them my dick and be like, look at this photo with all my jackets.
You could probably use a blanket or something for a cape.
And I could wear blankets and jackets at the same time and be like, look at this. Look how many things I have on here. Wait, he's pretending to be a boxer?
But it's funny because
In his
like
business slacks.
yeah,
He's got
he
wraps
does.
on and business slacks. This guy is confusing as hell. Is he getting hired?
But it's almost like they got him for that. Like there are ladies that want like, some. I imagine he's a British gentleman. They're like, I want some
No, but
fashionable.
No, he's got to talk in like a
He's
vampire
American, man.
accent.
His name. I mean, he lives in New York, but his name's Pierce, and he looks like that. He's got to be British.
My name is Pierce.
Right. There was a bio. I
There's
don't know.
no
where it
way his real name is.
No, of course not.
And there's no way he really dresses like that. He like fit that bill. They were like, okay, for all the ladies that
They
want to
just gave
fuck
him all the
Doctor
jackets
Who.
for the. He's actually like just some
Yeah.
like.
The website's already made with the names on it. They just got to fill in the holes,
Oh, okay.
so to speak.
You
Yeah.
would
Wait, so
love
they-
his beef Wellington.
They turned me into something that I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old Pierce died from crack, so he's the new one.
Yeah. Congratulations, you're the new Pierce.
So these jackets are for you.
Yeah. You're going to want to have all these capes.
Oh man.
Yeah, if the 3 capes fit.
You find any crackpots in the pocket, just throw them away.
Yeah. Here's your wraps, and you're good.
Here's how you put wraps on.
And here's your business pants.
Yeah. Now stop plowing old ladies.
So look, you got like another model-looking guy there, Gabriel. He's very fancy.
Yeah, you are right, Michael. Some of these guys are really gay.
Yeah, no doubt.
He put the
I mean,
gay in Gabriel.
Romeo is gay as hell.
Yeah.
Romeo probably costs like $7,500 an hour because he's trying not to vomit when a girl's near him.
Yeah, come on, look at that photo. That's
he
crazy.
He's
says,
so
"Ew,
disgusting.
fish."
Can we see his rates?
Yeah,
I want to see how much
is-
Gabriel's ass is.
The same.
But these are
Exactly the same.
straight
okay.
guys, right? You can't have Gabriel's ass.
They do say like for encounters with straight men. So like the models are straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they also make it very clear, of course, that they are not selling sex. They're selling their time. And
Yes,
and
and straight men means it's going to cost more money. If you're a guy.
That's
These
not
men
true
are
for some of
elite
them.
as well.
Who what?
They call them elite. So it's the cream of the crop.
These are the best.
Yes.
King
See,
shit.
it's not
like
that.
I
It's
think
not that much, man.
A former pro wrestler was involved in this, like Buff Bagwell.
Yeah.
Became like a male escort because I think there was a TV show
Yes.
with this
Gigolos.
company. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see the problem with it.
No, I don't know. I
Oh, yeah,
think
that's
it's
the
also-
show those guys were promoting when I talked to them.
If he shows up and he gives the service that he said, they said that that the girl's very happy and has him back again. How is this a bad thing?
I saw a cowboy in there. Yep, there's
Yeah,
a
his
cowboy.
name's Austin. Believe it or
Yeah.
not.
Man, that guy is shredded. Show me Austin.
I know. Look at those abs are like implants. They
Right?
have to be.
God damn, dude. This guy is
That's
the
a
most,
crazy 8-pack with a lot of
Wow.
makeup
this
on
guy's
it.
the most shredded guy ever.
That's a 10-pack.
photoshopped.
This looks unhealthy.
Yeah, he might be on crack.
I'm worried about Austin, guys.
Yeah.
Is Austin alive still?
Is that that guy I hired to like
Holy
dance on
shit,
Tully for his birthday?
Man, he just
years old.
He
He's
just went
44?
He just went from Cerrone to who's the poison guy?
He's more shredded than
Oh, yeah.
any.
Brett Michaels?
Yeah.
He's more shredded than anybody I've ever seen in the UFC. It's like fake abs. It's like he got ab plants.
Yeah,
Maybe
he looks like when
did.
he looks like when Weird Al was Rambo in the UHF movie. He was
Yeah.
just fully wearing a plastic
Yeah.
shell.
This one's a little weird because it does give an actual, like, he went to Old Dominion University, which is like a little bit more information than we saw with the other ones. So maybe he's real.
Wow,
Too much
44.
information.
So you can be old and still be a gigolo.
Yeah.
I think he's hiding his belly button.
Yeah, maybe because he doesn't have
Oh,
one.
it's an Audi.
Look, he's like covering it up.
He doesn't have
Every
one.
Look at
time.
the one of him on the bed.
Yeah, he doesn't have something.
Alien, that's right.
Oh, no, he
wait,
does
no,
have
he's
one.
got some,
Man,
It's in his weird ab
something-
valley.
Yeah.
Man, he is really over the top with his abs. Like there's no photo where he isn't staring at his own abs, flexing them. Calm down, dude. Okay, you've got abs.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So, in the world of escorts, is there such a thing as
Too much dick.
Yes. Thanks.
No.
Some people say yes.
No.
Some people say no, Michael.
Is there such
Some people can't get enough.
Is there such a thing as, oh, I've got an important business meeting. I need a sophisticated lady on my arm. Escort.
Just a lady that goes to
Who's
dinner with
not
you and
gonna
looks
have
cool.
sex with you.
Yeah, that's those are escorts that
Yeah.
you don't pay extra to have sex with you.
Yeah, you just don't fuck them.
Yeah, they just come with you.
no.
and
Yeah,
hang
the
out.
prostitutes you don't fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are right.
No.
Yeah.
There's no such
No.
thing as a prostitute
There's
that isn't
no-
going to fuck you, but you can have a prostitute that
There's
won't.
no such thing as an escort.
that
Yes, there
doesn't
is.
have sex with you.
Yeah, like a.
Wait, yeah, there is because can't you get like Hollywood people to match up with other Hollywood people to go out, and it's like a setup.
Yeah, that's
and
more
you
of a
pay for that?
business arrangement.
It's not a
more
Well,
than
isn't this a business
you
arrangement?
pick
Yeah.
them out on a website.
Yeah, they do. They have
They
a web.
do?
Yeah, yeah. You can go.
This guy's single. This guy's single.
I think so.
Wow.
What about that dating app? I followed up for that date. They never allowed me to be on the dating app. I guess I'm probably too old and ugly. But there's like this app that Raya that hot people.
The
go on.
celebrity app.
Raya, yeah. They wouldn't. I don't think they're like, you're not a celebrity. You don't get to be on there.
I don't. It might not be
I
real.
tried.
Oh man, Moby's on it.
Moby's on what, Raya? Well, that sucks.
Moby
That's why I can't get on there.
is always with lots of beautiful women.
Mm-hmm.
Like Natalie Portman.
You think you met her on the app?
I'm sure that there are escorts of the type that you describe, Will, in Asia. where like I must impress so and so. I'm gonna show up with a chick who would never ever ever fuck you. Like, yeah, here, that's a tough one.
I mean, don't you just get a normal escort and just don't have sex with them?
That's what I thought.
So did I.
I mean, is that going to be a person that's, going to make a good impression with this business guy?
I mean, isn't that just the same as when you get a stripper? Because I used to have girlfriends and wives that were strippers, and some clients would not get dancers. They would just give her tons of money to sit at the table and talk to them all night. Like, I had a couple of guys that just gave my wife tons of cash and gifts. Would always give her gifts all the time, and he never got a lap dance off her. He would just hang out and drink at the bar with her.
If I was going to hang out with somebody and eat dinner with them, that might be a totally different experience than I've got to impress this business guy, And I just don't know what I'm getting. If I click on...
I just feel like impressing a business guy by bringing a prostitute to the dinner is not a good move.
No. I'm saying by bringing a sophisticated... Like, this is my date, Wendy, and she, she speaks 7 languages and shit.
Right.
I thought that was a thing people did.
You're not necessarily passing her off as like your wife or girlfriend. You're just trying to pass it off like you're this cool guy who gets chicks. So this is the girl I'm out on a date with tonight.
Yeah, tonight it's Wendy.
And you need her to be super impressive and not just be like, because I've heard that story too of people going to like the company Christmas party and like, oh my God, I think so and so brought a prostitute.
Well, that's what like that sugar baby website is, where they give like their credentials, and so you can like go through it and see like, oh, this chick went to college and then studied in London.
Yeah, that's it. A sugar baby for the night is I think what you're looking for.
Yeah, and you would have to...
I don't have any clients to impress right now, but maybe
But
in
if
the
you
future.
did, and you would want to lay the groundwork beforehand, so when you're at the dinner party and your boss goes up to her and is like, oh, so what do you do for a living? She doesn't go, oh, escort.
I fuck this guy. And others like him.
Tonight, he's my job.
So
I fuck weirdos.
Will, the next time that we're out and you
Yeah.
bring a woman,
you could assume she's a
sophisticated
prostitute.
woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And you're not gonna have sex with her.
Anytime you see me with a woman, it's either going to be floppy or a prostitute.
I get prostitutes and I make him wear a speech jammer and bring him to dinners.
All up in my face and in my butthole.
She's impressive.
Yeah. Hey guys, this is my date.
Lick up of my butthole.
She's just gonna have the salad.
Come in my butthole.
Yeah, that's
Jason,
right.
your date is beautiful and very good at talking.
Right. Everybody loves her.
Yeah.
She's such a treat.
She's good at language.
Mm-hmm. It's the second best thing that she does.
With her mouth.
Wow, some of these sugar babies are kind of attractive, huh?
Yeah, it's because they're sugar babies,
Yeah.
man.
It's kind of their job.
Yeah. That's what they
me.
do.
Oh, this is seeking arrangement.
Yeah.
I know, but the arrangement is you come over for the night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They try and do it. Sometimes they've try and do that to me. They say that on dating apps and stuff, where it's like, you just gotta treat me well and we have a good time, which means you give them. I don't know, because I go, oh, bye. But I assume that means you take him to dinner and you buy him stuff.
Yeah, that's
and
what
then,
they're in it for.
Yeah, but you don't actually give him like a. I think maybe you give him like an allowance, you would call it. I don't know.
Man, I would totally treat Kendra to a burrito and some Mario Kart.
I just can't go out with someone named Purdy.
See, I feel like there's if you're a nice guy and you can hold a conversation and you've got more money than anybody, and you can go on a date with these girls and not be like, oh, I'm a theater man, I actually enjoy looking at ads. Like, instead of you actually just, you're a normal guy and she enjoys your company and she has a couple of drinks with you at dinner and she's smoking hot way out of your level, and then you end up banging her. I don't see how it's, you showered and stuff. I just don't see how there's anything bad in any of it. And I feel like, you paid. She doesn't really like you. But
everybody had a great time.
It's like what part do you really want? Like which. Maybe you're busy. Maybe you work a lot. Maybe you like being by yourself all the time, and this is you just every now and then for a couple of hours. This is as much time you have for the opposite sex.
But if you're a girl who makes a profile and signs up on one of these sites, I think it's safe to assume that they're like a little bit greedy or superficial. So do you think if, say, some dude who was just drop dead handsome solicited her, they went out on a date, but he wasn't really paying for anything? Like he doesn't bring her any gifts. They go out to dinner and he's like, "Hey, what do you say we go Dutch on this?"
No.
Like, do you think she's still gonna fuck him?
No. I mean, has a hot guy ever hooked up with a prostitute and she changed her mind about charge him and they ended up dating? Fuck yeah.
Pretty woman.
That's happened a bunch of times. One
But
time
not
I
with
did
sugar
that.
babies.
Got a prostitute, did a bunch
I
of
thought you
ecstasy,
were
and
the
I was working it. I was working it so good that I got a invite back to her house.
Huh.
And all those ones were free.
Let's just say that
You
there's
had to pay the first time.
Yeah, to get it because it was at a brothel.
Oh, okay.
And then she was like, "Hey, you need to."
That was just to get through the turnstile.
Yeah.
I would assume, let's say here in Los Angeles, that there's some woman out there who is like she's trying to be an actress or she's trying to be a whatever, so she wants to be available for auditions, and maybe she's a little on the lazy side, and maybe she's a little superficial, and she goes, all in all, doing this makes more sense to me than making smoothies. But she maybe isn't planning on doing that as a career for the rest of her life. Maybe she's hoping to meet, a rich guy, but maybe she's also like eventually just going to meet some guy that she actually really likes and is married to and shit like that and doesn't tell him what she used to do to make her rent money. So yeah, like you can't just paint people with such a narrow brush that if you're on here, that means that you're a certain type of woman. That's the only way you interact with the opposite sex always and forever.
We have a phone call. Todd, welcome to the show.
What up, mate?
Hey.
Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you.
So I wanted to add something to the conversation because I did about 4 years straight as a married person, dating escorts once to twice a week. Did over 150 to 200 dates off of several websites, including sugar daddy sites and escort sites. Became friends with many of them, banged them for free, even booked for them. It all leads to unhappiness for both sides. So
wow.
It's horrible. It's a terrible way to live your life, and I don't recommend it for anyone because it's vapid, empty, and it makes you realize that sex is sex. And you need a whole hell of a lot more than that to get through life happy.
Wow.
My opinion, and I earned my stripes, Jason. I almost lost my marriage. I've worked for a year and a half in counseling twice a week with a psychologist to get my shit together. And a lot of it has to do with inspiration from listening to your ass and what you went through and sharing your life with me. So I want to thank you profusely for being an inspiration, man.
Well, if your wife wants to hire me, I'm available. No, I'm joking, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
No, it's all good.
Good to know
I-
that you turned your shit around because you're right. That sounds like a bad life, what you were doing there. That doesn't sound healthy.
I'll send her as a revenge fuck, but not to you, my friend. I'll never get her back.
So you must have a ton of dough if you could afford all those escorts.
So here's the thing. I was working and setting a bunch of money aside. This was devious on top of devious. I'm a giant piece of shit. I set aside money to fund it. I did coke all the time, drank all the time, and then got myself sober and went home every fucking night, pretending like nothing was going on for 4 years.
Wow.
And the girls on the sugar daddy sites want your dough. They want nothing to do with you. You got a better shot with an escort, a pro, than you do a sugar daddy girl. I'm telling you that right now.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad you got better,
thanks,
Todd.
Jason. I love you, man. You're a fucking great dude, and you've helped a ton of people out. I fight a mental health challenge, and you've been next to me, and you don't even know it, brother.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks for supporting the show, dude. Thanks for listening.
Amen.
Have a good day, dude.
Thanks, brother.
See you, mate.
That's really cool. I mean, changing somebody's life like that,
Yeah, it'd be a shame for me to leave and just become a male prostitute.
Yeah, I think after that call, you got to reconsider becoming a male prostitute.
Maybe I'll stay.
Yeah, I think you're stuck here, Jason.
This is interesting. I'm reading an article on Vice with a guy who claims that he is a sugar daddy, and he says here in Los Angeles, the Polo Lounge at the Beverly Hills Hotel and the Montage Hotel. He's like, this is just like the prototypical place for sugar daddies to have first-time meet and greets with sugar babies, and the rooms are $1,000 a night. He's like, any given time you go there, you'll see at least like 3 conversations going on that are, if you know what you're looking for, pretty obviously a sugar daddy and a sugar baby having a bite together to see if the arrangement could be arranged between the two of them. Makes me really want to go there and watch that.
I know, right?
Do the girls just like show up by themselves and just post up at the
Can
bar?
we do a radio show
No,
in
no,
one
no.
of those $1,000 rooms?
I know, right? No,
Yes.
I would assume that this is they've already met on
Yeah.
seeking arrangements and they're going there for their first meeting.
We all have a meeting where we just talk about the show, but what we're really doing is just listening to every other person's table to see if anyone's going to fuck anybody for money.
We just drop wireless mics throughout the room.
We're just moving our mouths.
Yeah,
we're not
Sirius
really
XM
talking.
would be pumped on this idea. Jim, got the greatest idea ever. We're all going to go to prison for Sirius XM. It's going to be a great show.
Good one.
Let's go have lunch there.
I do want to go have lunch there.
I
But
think I've had lunch here. Is this where I think the place I went to closed? But I think I've been there. I saw Kelsey Grammer on a date.
Oh man, come on, man. Maybe it was his friend or
maybe
something.
I'm just. It is a simple fact that I went there for lunch and I saw Kelsey Grammer having lunch with somebody.
This guy
could be his wife.
He's got daughters, man.
It could be anybody.
Could have been.
Could have been his
anybody.
agent.
Could have been his publicist.
Could have been any one of those things.
That's right.
Could have been a sugar baby.
Oh, come on.
Are you done? Did you do your bit?
No.
Is there more?
But I mean,
We didn't even get to it, did we?
A little bit.
Do you
No,
have
we
any good
finished
ones?
the last time's one.
Do you have any good ones? Because I'm supposed to take a break.
Let's take a break.
You don't have any good ones. You're saying
No,
fuck
I
your
do.
whole
I
bit.
do. No,
Well,
no.
I'm not coming back with it.
No, we shouldn't. The
We're-
bit served
fuck
its
it.
purpose. We
Fuck
had an
it.
awesome
Fuck it.
conversation. Yeah.
Fuck it all. That's how good we are. We don't
Do it
even do the
live.
shit we were going to do. Gobble, gobble. We'll be back.
Action Talk. Sirius XM 103.
With Jason Ellis.
Right after this on Action Talk.
Other than your absolute best friends, who could you ask to bring you red wine at 4 p.m., sushi at 9 p.m., breakfast burritos at 8 a.m.? Postmates. Postmates is a personal food delivery, grocery delivery, whatever you can think of, delivery service all year round. No trips to the store. You don't even have to know where the store is. Postmates will deliver anything to you. Download the app now on iOS or Android for free. Browse local restaurants and businesses or track your delivery 24 hours, 365 days a year. Postmates will bring you what you want within the hour. Anything you're craving, Postmates can deliver. They are the largest on-demand network known in the universe, with more than 25,000 partner merchants. For a limited time, Postmates is giving our listeners $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days. Start this delivery service. Download the app right now and use code FACTION. That's code FACTION for $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days. Don't download the app. Postmates app. Download it right now. Get anything you need anytime you need it. Download Postmates app and save with code FACTION.
Faction Talk.
Hey, this is Jim Brewer.
You want a shot?
And you're listening to Jason Ellis. Let me tell you something. When I come out here, this is the only guy I hang out with. The only guy. And this is the only guy you should hang out with. Ain't that right, Lars? Dude, fuck. This guy, he's fucking amazing, huh? Ozzy?
He's just knowing better. He's wonderful.
Got a kid in the mountain. All right, hold on. Jesus, I fucking... All right, do it again. Yeah! Yeah!
You're listening to the Jason Ellis Show.
Wedding bells will be ringing
Yeah, what for?
for Bindi Irwin.
How old is...
She's
Hey, what?
21 years young. But 6 years ago, she fell in love with Chandler Powell, and she can't wait to start the rest of her
somebody
life.
else before that.
I know what love looks like, and that is not love.
It looks like 30-odd yards of grunt is what it looks like. But yeah. Who's this little turd that has to lick the jizz out of Russell Crowe's jizz out of her? Oh, sorry.
First, he's 22.
Married, you say?
Yes, he
Wild.
Was at they met at a professional wakeboarding competition.
Yeah.
I don't think he's from there.
Is he a big midget?
He does look a little stocky.
Good for them.
Yeah. So wait, where's he from? I just assumed he was Australian, but it says
He's from America.
Okay. He was there for a professional wakeboarding competition. Decided to stop by the Australia Zoo, which is where her family lives and works. Just so happened Bindi was giving tours that day, and I'm like, wow, she's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Butt chuggy.
They hit it off right away, and they haven't looked back since.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's looked back a couple times.
I wonder.
Yeah, when she's farting on Dancing with the Stars.
That was a microphone that rubbed a button, okay?
Oh, yes.
Could have been a fart. Could have been a microphone rubbing a button. No one will ever really know.
Could have been the guy who picked her up farting.
She's done other things besides fart on Dancing with the Stars. Let's leave her alone. Happy that she's married.
I'm happy that she's happy.
Congratulations, Bindi.
I wonder what the odds are like of those sorts of marriages surviving in this day and age.
At 20?
I know
Getting
that
married at 20?
People meeting at 16 and getting married at 21. I'm sure it happens. I think there really are some people who just meet and it is perfect and for life. And I'm sure there's some of them listening right now. But I'd have to think that the younger you get married, the odds, the worse they are.
You would have to think that, but you just like you said, Marco, you never know.
You don't.
It's probably just because there's so much life left. Like, I imagine the marriage success rate of people who get married in their 80s is probably much higher because they don't have time to get divorced. They just die.
Well, what about just the people change when they get older, and sometimes people don't change when they get older. Some people are exact same people they were when they were 16 and they are when they're 65. That's a rare-ass breed of a person. In my opinion, boring as fuck, but safe and very content with the person they fell in love with. Easy peasy. Unlike complex fuckfaces, reptilian lizard people that change and metamorphosize themselves into new people every 7 years.
Shedding their skin.
Yeah, like me. God, I suck. Who will I be in 10 years? I have no idea.
Tune in
I
and
hope
find
he has
out.
hair, though.
So yesterday on the show, we found out that Kevin gets off on showing his dick to people.
I'm a gangster. I'm going to fuck your chick. Fra, 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 fra.
Yep.
Right. So he's an exhibitionist.
Yes, he is.
Yep. Turns out they are sort of at war with other kinds of perverts in Paris.
We're going to win, though.
Wait, there's a perv fight?
Yeah, so they opened a nude section of a park in Paris.
Cool, man.
Can't wait
Paris
to show my
is the
dick there.
Best.
Yeah, and all the nude creeps are complaining about the different kinds of creeps who are watching them from the bushes.
Oh, wait, what? Wait. You're in the nude park and you're complaining people are looking at you?
Yeah.
You're nude in the nude park and you're complaining people are looking at you.
Well, what if they are not nude themselves and they're just sneaking into the
Okay,
bushes?
I've been to nude beaches before where people that show up that don't have any clothes, that have clothes on looking at my nude ass, it is uncomfortable. But it's not illegal. So I just feel like if you're going to go to the nude beach or you're going to go to the nude park and someone's going to look at you with their clothes on, I mean, you're at the nude park, man. You know, you're supposed to be okay with yourself being nude and people looking at you. Otherwise, why are you there? Yeah, you're looking at me. Would I prefer that you had no clothes on so that we could be equal? Yeah. But let's not be insecure about this. I'm naked, you're not. So what? Maybe you look better with pants on. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should have put some pants on too. I don't care.
I suppose one could make the argument if you're going to a nude beach, you're doing it to tan? But if you're going to a nude park, you got to think it's
Wait,
because of
you go
horny
to a
stuff,
nude
right?
beach to tan? I don't go to a nude beach to tan. I go to a nude beach because I'm allowed to walk around naked with people.
I mean, I'm sure there's got to be some part of that population that goes there for the
base tan.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I didn't know. I reckon maybe
Oh.
maybe not. I reckon everyone goes there because they're nudists.
So if you're
Okay.
going to this park,
Yeah.
like a nude park is, I feel,
could tan
seems
at a
way
park.
different. You could, but I just feel like a nude park seems different than a nude beach. Like if you're
What
going,
about if there's a lake there?
same thing.
What about the soil is kind of sandy?
I don't know about that.
Then
but-
you're saying can't do it? Nope, not the same.
I'm just saying, I feel like if you're going to a nude park, you are for sure going for the horny aspect of it.
No. I think I don't think that is true. I think probably more than half of the people who are nudists, it's not really so much a sexual thing.
Yeah, it's just it's liberating.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
feels good to walk around naked, man, and it would feel good to walk around in the wilderness naked because it's a rat race now, and you can't do it. You are breaking the law by walking around the way you were born. So you might not realize it because you never really do it or had the opportunity, but I bet you'd be less stressed if you walked around in the woods for 15 minutes every day completely naked.
Like Will does when he goes to Alabama.
That's what he does. That's why he goes there. He loves the woods.
Just goes there and looks at the
Puts-
birds
puts his-
jumping in the lake while he's standing there naked.
Puts the Twizzler in his meatus. Calls it a day.
Eats
true.
Eat some prosciutto and
Yeah.
Pound for pound.
heaven on earth.
Right, Will?
Nothing like that, but
Yeah.
yeah sure.
So the one time I went to a nude beach with my wife, we weren't married yet, I guess, my girlfriend then. It was a little bit of the two scenarios that we're talking about here mixed together. We did go because we thought it'd be fun to go to a nude beach, but I do seem to recall that it was like the beginning of summer, and she was like, this would be a good time to get like a base tan all over.
Yeah.
So you guys both went completely butt naked?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a boner?
Yeah, dude. My huge fucking wang was just swinging everywhere, but then some guy took a shit and I fell in it and then I farted.
Yeah.
That's crazy that
I
happened.
know, right? And then a donkey and an elephant put their butts together and did a fart shit, and it exploded everywhere over everybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thought I was drinking a Gatorade. I was like, oh shit, that's pee.
Oh.
And then I did a spit take,
Yeah.
and that made this one guy fall over and barf. on
Yeah,
this-
he vomited.
on this other guy's hard on.
He vomited on the guy's dick.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, you got to give me the name of this beach off the air.
No, it's happening, man. Place is happening.
Shag my friends tonight.
I would go back. I don't think I didn't discover some part of myself that needed to come out, but I dug it. I'd do it again.
Yeah,
Were
I've been
you-
to it. I like it.
Like when you go, do you like
how
do
many
you try
times?
to
How many times do you come, Michael, when you go?
No.
And then
do you-
I followed my gum because it's so slippery.
You come trail to find your way back. Instead of breadcrumbs, Michael uses jizz.
Do you try to see how like the percentage of dudes you're bigger than there?
Man,
You're like,
what
haha, I
the
got a bigger dick than you, dude.
What? You should do a show where you ask questions nobody would fucking ask. That's what you think people do when they go to the nude beach is compare dick size?
Not the only thing they do, but I imagine that factors into your thought process, even if it's
Yeah,
just for a
man.
split second. Like, got more meat than him.
Wow.
No.
Yeah,
not at all.
no.
I think it's
Well, I
only
would.
human nature to I don't remember seeing anybody that was like truly abnormal one way or the other. I think it would only be natural to make a mental note of a really, really big one or a really tragically small
Right,
one,
there
but
you
that's
go.
not really how I remember.
Because, Jason, don't you say, like, when you go into a room, you're sizing up and being like, all right, I could beat up that guy, I could beat up that guy?
No.
Oh.
I mean, maybe I have had paranoid days where I think maybe somebody might do something, but I don't size people up. You know what? I think if it's like a tough guy, I'll notice it. Does that mean you're sizing him up?
I mean, when you notice it, or you're like, I wonder if I could take him?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Like if I see some big muscly tattoo guy or something, I go, oh, that guy's fucking big and muscly. There you go. That's it. The only thing I do think, like, who would be the one that I do think about is, like, who would be the best to sleep with women in the airport. That's one that I do.
I do
It's
that.
usually the second person. I'm like, okay, that's so obvious that I would sleep with her because she's super hot. But who's the second person you would sleep with in the airport? And I'm like, man, now it's out of like these 3 girls that I'm looking at. I'm like, that's weird. Why would you be into that one? I'm like, I don't know why. I mean, it seems like it would work. And then, there you go. I've killed time. Fuck you, phone. I don't need you. Thinking about the third chick that I'd have sex with in the airport. Fucking crushed your fucking Instagram right there.
Yeah, eat a dick, Candy Crush.
That's right. Freaky scenes. You got no chance.
Trader Joe's is awesome for that.
Yes, it is for that. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the number
They're
one
all-
one is easy.
The number one shops at Whole Foods,
Yeah,
and
she's
the
hot
number
as fuck.
and the number 3 and 4 one shops at Ralph's. It's all
Yeah.
the number 2 chick at the airport.
Yeah.
They've all got some weird thing.
And the number
but none
2
of them
chick
are
is going to be the better sex, too.
I know.
The one that you actually really put a lot of time into figuring out. That's the one you want to fuck.
Yeah, I perv
God,
out.
the
on-
show is disgusting.
I perv out on chicks at Trader Joe's. Like when I go to Whole Foods, it's like they are like sugar babies. I'm like, congratulations to you. I'm not even going to give you the satisfaction.
Yeah, me neither.
The sorority girls or whatever. Trader Joe's is like weird chicks who are like have like gigantic noses, but they're still hot, or
Love
like
that shit.
or like massive thighs,
Love
but
that
like
shit.
small butts, and
Yeah.
it's just like, but you pull it off.
Yeah,
What the
I'm
hell's
like,
going on
yeah,
over there?
Why do I want to bone you? Why is your
Yeah,
nose so
no, they're
big?
like these sexy Picasso paintings.
Yeah.
I love it there.
Yeah, me too.
And free samples.
I never get the free samples. I feel like I'm being stingy
What do you mean?
by taking it.
No,
It's like I don't know them. It's like if I'm at someone's house, I don't eat much.
Oh,
I suck.
oh, the food.
I'm awkward.
Their prepared food is kind of overrated, but I always help myself to a little mini, mouthwash cup of coffee.
If I go to Austin next week just to check out what place to do Ellis Mania, what's a good place to go hang out in Austin and see people?
You gotta go to Stubbs. It's that place Thomas Hayden Church called in about.
Barbecue
Barbecue's
place.
really, really good.
So I'll just live there for 2 days.
Yeah.
Or Salt Lick Barbecue, one of those 2 spots.
So I would just eat barbecue for 2 days and scout for places for Ellis Mania.
And some really good Tex-Mex. Like, you can't go wrong eating in Austin.
Are you going to do the poll on Instagram, on
It
Twitter?
is up there on Twitter right now.
So if people want to check out the Jason Ellis Show on Twitter and vote whether you'd want to see Ellis Mania in November in Austin or in Vegas.
Right now, Vegas leading 59% to 41%.
Okay, so if it's down the line, then we're still going to shoot for Austin. But if it's just obviously one or the other, then that's what I'll do. I'll try to do. But I'm starting to think. I see that Simon has got actual training, coaching. He's at a gym, very serious now.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a couple of photos where he didn't look like he was a complete tard. So maybe there's, and I haven't been training. I took a whole week off. I mean, I know I'm only halfway through, but I don't feel like I really want to go either. Pretty chilled. I did the cold plunge thing because it turned it off and it made it too warm. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of liked it when it was a little warmer. Staying in there for 3 minutes is not so hard. You kind of stay in there a little longer. And then I thought, what's the harm in just having it on overnight? Zero. Overnight. So then when I got in today, it sucked. Makes your feet burn.
That sounds pretty awful.
But
Mm.
you're ready to go. I wonder what's better, that or an ice dildo up your butt. Which one wakes you up more?
Ice dildo.
Would an ice dildo up your butt stick to you and hurt you? It would, right? 'Cause you can't have
Stick?
frozen stuff on you. It's like
Like if
licking
you,
a-
yeah, the kid from Christmas Story.
yeah, you Christmas story yourself.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I feel like if that were a thing, people would have already been torturing people like that before.
yeah, good point.
Yeah, I think the warmth of your colon would melt the ice over time.
Oh, wow. So just wait it out.
Isn't that a Beach Boys song, The Warmth of Your Colon?
All right. It could be a hate beat song, The Warmth of Your Colon. Do we have any Beach Boy beds? Oh, man, it sucks we don't have any. What is Beach Boy music anyway? What the fuck are those idiots? God, they're the worst.
Did they just call it surf rock?
What?
It's got to be one of the slower songs, not one of the.
Yeah, but what do you call Beach Boys music?
Surf rock is really
Oh,
is what it is, but that's not a rockin' song. I was listening to that album yesterday.
That's
I don't know why.
noise you would make if ice pick went.
You listen to the Beach Boys?
No, I was listening
and
to
the Bangles.
No, I listened to Katrina and the Waves. That album.
Who's Katrina and the Waves?
That's I'm Walking on Sunshine.
Oh.
I just have this thing where I'm like, how could they have one song that was so good? Let me listen to the album. They must have had another tune that was halfway decent. Nah.
I got a couple potential options for Will.
Okay.
For Hate Bean.
Yeah.
Just tell me yes or no on these songs.
What song?
No.
That's not a Beach Boys song.
Yeah, next one. It's pretty Beach Boys. Right, Will?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
The Warmth of Your Colon.
Time keeps on flying by.
Turn it up, Andrew.
I said time keeps on flying by. Yeah. Time keeps on rolling.
It's ironic.
My heart melts with the heat of your colon.
All right, that's it. That's ridiculous. Whew.
So these two dudes in South Africa got all hopped up on
Hate Bean probably not performing at Ellis Mania 19.
I can guarantee that.
Oh, shit.
Wait.
Will's pissed.
Are you over Hate Bean?
No, I just I
Sometimes you feel like you're being pressured into shit you don't really want to do.
No, I wouldn't bring the party down by intruding people's talk time by being up on stage and making loud noises.
I really like your band, Will.
Thanks.
If you don't love Hate Bean's B-sides, you don't deserve their greatest hits.
Yeah, I don't think that.
You just made the announcement. Hate Bean will not be there, so.
I did not say that. I was.
Oh, I thought that's.
I
what
asked. I just felt like you were not feeling that, and I get it. Sometimes I don't feel it either, Will. And fuck you. I'm not your fucking pony. You know.
I always feel it, but that doesn't mean that I get it.
Right. Well, I just want you to know that I really like Hate Bean, and if it can exist forever, I'd be happy with that.
Aw, Hate Bean really likes you too.
All right.
So these two guys in South Africa got all hopped up on hunga.
What's that? Like fermented turds or something?
It is the worst street drug known to man.
What are they doing now? What'd they figure out? What's in it?
It's so bad, dude.
Hunga?
Hunga. A concoction of various substances, rat poison, soap powder, and the main ingredient, AIDS medication.
Yes.
I'll take a slice.
Is it come in a slice, or do you have to huff it, or what do you do?
It's a powder that you add to weed or tobacco. It's said to be one of the most lethal drugs in the world. Highly addictive, even after only one hit, leads to violent side effects. Taking an overdose, heart and lung function become fatal. Withdrawal symptoms reportedly involve extreme craving and pain. A few users have allegedly died from the withdrawal, the crippling stomach cramps, and acute pain. Yada, yada, yada. It's very, very,
oh my God.
very, very bad. But this story is the lighter side of hunga.
Must be a good buzz.
These two unknown suspects went off the rails, or rather, on the rails, and stole an empty train.
Yes. Wait, they started the engine to make it go?
Yes.
Or were they so hopped up on Hunga they just pushed it?
They said security has no idea how these guys actually managed to
Fired
figure
it
out
up.
how to start the train.
That's awesome.
And they took it to like the next town over. They went 12 kilometers in their stolen train. Like, it's very, very dangerous because they obviously easily could have derailed or collided with another train.
Yeah, that's some next level hobo
They
shit.
couldn't have gone the wrong way or anything.
No. And you know which way they're going. But
Yeah.
it's still, they managed to evade and capture. They drove to the next town over, and then they just hopped out and ran away and disappeared into like a forest or something. And
pulled it off.
They pulled it off, yeah.
Fucking champions. Shout out to Hunger.
I've never heard of somebody stealing a train in real life.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've heard of somebody stealing a train, but then they get caught, right?
Yeah, no. And now that I say it, I feel like there's been a series of things. Something that happens in New York every 5 years or so, where some kid gets like really, really, really obsessed with trains. Maybe a kid is a little off, and they like learn how to maybe ride a train, and a kid steals a subway train. And the story invariably is like, he made like 4 stops, and nobody even noticed that the real conductor was gone.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that kind of shit, Will?
Yeah, absolutely. But I got a question. If they didn't catch those guys, how they know they were all kahunga'd up?
They carved Hunga for life inside the boxcar.
There's probably Hunger residue everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you kind of get to know the Hunga, the telltale signs. I think they ran really fast.
Hunger makes you fast, huh?
I think so.
Check
Until
this
it
shit
makes
out.
you slow, yeah. And a American Airlines flight attendant is probably going to need an emotional support dog of her own after being bit by an emotional support dog.
Was it an emotional?
Yep, it was emotional support.
Shit one, or like the proper registered one, or just one of them dumb ones?
No, it was the stupid shit one.
Oh man.
Yeah, it actually was wearing an official badge. It's stupid shit animal.
Yeah, you never pat a one that says stupid shit badge on it. Everybody knows that. Some people think, oh, you put a stupid shit badge on it just to make me not want to pat it.
Mm-hmm.
Idiot.
Is that like a snowflake coastal libtard thing to bring emotional support animals, or are real Americans doing that as well?
Are you talking about the one where it's not, you don't really need it?
Yeah,
it's
emotional
not trained?
emotional support, not service animal.
I want to say that's a libtard.
Or is that
thing.
is that national?
I mean, I told you guys about the story when I was flying back from Florida, where we had to like go back to kick that woman off the plane who had an unruly emotional support dog.
Right, but you don't know where she was coming from or going to, or what her actual place of residence is.
No, but that was a Florida to LA flight.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of us, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably.
It's not so bad to drive every now and then, do a little road trip.
With a dog?
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He loves looking out the window, you know?
He only likes like 5 things, and wind is one of them.
Yeah. And why you got if you don't food, wind, and peeing, kind of, you know what I mean? That's right up there.
You?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. You and wind together. It's just
I
like,
mean,
holy
Jesus.
shit.
Wow.
I didn't know life could get any better than this.
Yeah, bring a bone and
Oh, chuck a bone in the mix and it's a fucking golden
it's a
day.
Shangri-La.
It is. Yeah, dogs. Hopefully one day they'll get real smart and become president. 'Cause I'd vote for a dog, you know?
Airbud 2020.
I wouldn't vote for a Labrador. I just feel like they're a little bit stiff. I'm more for a looser dog, you know?
Well, I could talk about what kind of dog should be president all day, but unfortunately we have to go.
Don't die. I really want to, though.
The king of the afternoons isn't just on the radio.
They've been all around the world, and no one's ever told us how many M&Ms they can fit in their foreskin.
Stay informed and catch up on all the behind-the-scenes footage by following them on Instagram at Wolfmate, at Tullywood,
Oh, yes!
Did I get it?
No.
at Kevin Kraft, and at The Jason Ellis Show.
Oh, God, he's going to spin. Oh! You should definitely snowboard for sure. You will be a sick